Hello everybody, how are we? Welcome along. It is Friday evening. What a week we've had, eh? It's been fantastic. We started the week on Monday full of good spirits and we were having a fantastic time with Oxford. Then we rolled into Wednesday's stream. Wednesday's stream was amazing. We were there, we were so close to touching the title. Could we do it last night? We had two opportunities to win something. We could have won the league. We could have won the FA trophy. We won both. This is the fruits of our labour right here. We were double champions last night. Up the Oxford United. Absolutely fantastic. Captain on deck. Big shout out, of course, to yourself. We raided into you last night. If you haven't followed Captain on Deck, by the way, if you weren't in the stream last night, please do so. Please drop him a follow. I think it was his third ever stream or something. We raided over after the show. It was so much fun. There's about 100 of us rocked up, and bless him, like, he was just like, this is mint. Like, I've never had this experience before. He's got an MLS save. He's Real Salt Lake. Please, like, genuinely go and give the boy some follows. He will be a great streamer in the future, and if the more follows you get, he'll hit affiliate pretty quickly. You'll see him so many more times, so do go and do that first of all. That's the thing that we want to be getting locked down. I guess what we have to get locked down further tonight is what happens next. What happens next? We won a double. What happens next? Here we go. This is what happens next. Now, before we get further, this is the job page where we can look at vacancies. Okay? I'm not going to click on this tonight. This is the last time we're going to see this. Okay? We are not seeing this again. Dave Gudger in 21 months on the sub. Dave Gudger, genuinely appreciate you, my man. That's so awesome. 21 months worth of love. Thank you. That's incredible support. And again, go and give Dave Gudger a follow. Also, by the way, give Llama a follow. He did stream for the first time yesterday over on the Red brand. He's streaming on YouTube, so go and give him some of your follows, your subscriptions, whatever it is that they do over on YouTube. I think it's subs on YouTube, isn't it? But go and make sure you're there to check him out, because he's just the best, isn't he? He's just the best, right? This screen right here, okay? This screen about jobs and opportunities and things are going to be different. We're not going to see it. We're not going to see it tonight. We're staying at Oxford. We are not moving, okay? I think we're onto something here. Genuinely, I think that we've got a pretty decent steer on stuff. I think that the first season we were there, we almost got into the final. We almost, of course, got promoted. We got to within one game of getting automatic promotion. Then, of course, we got to the playoff final and missed out there. Last season, we got this. We got 101 points last season, okay? We won the league by 10. Look at this. Solihull Moors in 7th got promoted. Hollywood FC miss out again, right? Hollywood FC miss out again. So we've done it, okay? We are promoted. We've also won the FA trophy, which means that the progress chart now looks like this. 7 trophies out of 35. We edge into season 9, and this is what it looks like. So the greens, obviously, if you're brand new, green is what we've already ticked off. The plan, of course, is to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The green is what we've actually already won. The yellow is what we can compete for next season. Okay, so first season in the Football League, we're going to be competing for the Sky Bet League 2, okay, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the Papa John's Trophy. Now, realistically, we're not going to win the FA Cup, okay, but we're probably not going to win the Carabao Cup either, let's face that. But the Papa John's and League 2, I mean, there's a chance to go for 2 trophies again next year. And as Llama says, winning the FA trophy was actually the big result last night, because we can't win the FA trophy unless we're in the National League, and that's all, right? National League or National League North and South, okay? So what we had to do was, by getting promoted last night, we ticked off 1 trophy, okay? If we hadn't have won the FA trophy as well, we'd have had to come back to the National League to try and pick a team that would just win that trophy. So that's kind of like it's a great one to tick off. Sometimes the cups are harder to tick off than the leagues, because obviously you can tick the league off by getting promoted. So for example, if we were Solihull Moors, they won the playoffs, we would still tick that off because we've been promoted. We've actually come through the playoff final. You know what I mean? Like, so, and your Gateshead were the beaten finalists in the FA Trophy. So they could have technically been relegated and still won the FA Trophy, and then they would have been able to tick the FA Trophy off. So we're moving into the Football League now. Okay, so we're going to go into League Two. We're going to have a quick little look at the squad. Now, I know there's the squad planner in here, okay, and I know that SI have spent a lot of time with the squad planner, but we've also got trusty pen and paper. Now, is another double on the horizon, asks Captain on Deck? Maybe, we don't know. A15, I'm aware you want some action taken on Bailey Cadamarteri. Okay, now, in A15's current save, Bailey Cadamarteri scored an 89th minute winner against him in his Bradford, and he got all the points for Sheffield Wednesday. So Bailey, don't do that again, but also please keep scoring, because you're making me question you at the minute as we go forward. Now, FA Cup was in yellow as a winnable trophy. Success has gone to your head. I mean, yeah, we got to the third round of the FA Cup this time. So maybe we go all the way. Maybe this is our year, Llama. Allow us to dream at this point. Don't know, maybe I'm getting a little bit carried away. Possibly. It's not like me at all, is it really? So here's what we're going to do. Okay, so squad planner time is where we are now. I guess we have to go into the next season, the 30-31 season. Isn't that weird to say that already? This is what we've got then. Okay, so goalkeeper, first of all, is going to be Eddie Beach. Sorry. Where is he? Eddie Beach. He is out of contract this summer, so again, bear this in mind. Llama's right, okay? Llama is right. And also, there was something else. Nige. No, sorry, who had mentioned it? Someone said there's something about, like, give us a couple of games and we'll start to regret this thing from last night. It's a possibility. Yeah, I said, hello Lewis, by the way, welcome in. How did George do last season? George is really angry with us because we weren't playing him. So he's going to be leaving in the summer, unfortunately. Evening Geezer Dre, welcome in. Dan FM, how are we, buddy? How much dessert have we had today? No desserts, actually. I've got, you know what? I've got a steam pudding downstairs. I could go and put that on, actually, and have that while we get ourselves some planning, because it's chilled out in it tonight. It's just transfers, really. So maybe we'll do that. It's got a bit of syrup in it as well, so it'll be nice. I'm not making custard tonight, but we might do that and just see how we get on. I think by not bottling it, Oxford have proven they're capable of creating waves in League Two, says Fat Nige. Maybe. I don't think I'll explain my thought process in a second, okay? I don't think that we are a million miles away from doing something half decent in the National League, even at this stage, right? Like, without signing anybody, I don't think we're in a terrible position, okay? So I'm just going to quickly show you what we've got in terms of our playing staff, and then we'll break it all down a little bit further, okay? Because there are some players in this side who, sadly, we won't have anymore, and they're going to leave. Players like Rogie, for example. Oh, Rogie's going to go. And where are we going to be without him? We're going to be reeling. That's what we're going to be. Let's just quickly pop these players in. We do have some players that probably offer a bit more depth as well. And then up front, we've kind of spoiled now for choices up front. We went from a little a little stage of not having enough strikers to now probably having arguably too many. Right, so the budget we've been given, before we get started, the budget we've been given is a little bit lower than what we actually had before the end of the season. So they've reduced it from 600 grand to 360, okay? But our wage budget, we've got another 20 grand worth of wage budget to play with. So that's pretty decent, okay? Now, realistically, we can retain some of the squad that we like. We can release some of the squad that we're not overly fussed about. We can look to utilise the loan market, which I think is probably the best way of success in League 2. And we can also look to try and capitalise on some free transfers from from Premier League clubs or Championship clubs when those players filter down. So that's what we're looking at, okay? Overall, financially wise, we're struggling a little bit, so maybe that talk of a takeover might come again. So that could be quite interesting. See where we go from there. So this is what we've got. This is what currently are as well, by the way. Look at this, A+. This is where we are in terms of untouchable, according to the club's board. The Mad Scientist is hosting. Hello everyone who's watching the Mad Scientist stream, by the way. We love the Mad Scientist. If you're not following him, do make sure you do so, because he's very, very close to getting that 98.99 database out. If you're in his Patreon, it's already available to have a little look at. So yeah, get them logged in and checked out. So that'd be cool. I've given you the wrong Mad Scientist, by the way, as well there. So don't follow that one. I do follow that one as well. Actually, they've been playing Rocket League. Where's the actual Mad Scientist? Let me pull this one up. So we'll the Mad Scientist. Obviously, it's all capitals. It's the Mad Scientist FM. Of course it is. How did I not know that? So make sure you follow old Mad Scientist. There we go. Give him some love. Okay, and welcome, of course, by the way, to anyone who is watching on the Mad Scientist channel. Sorry. So border over the moon. The fans, however, unsure with the fact that we've only won 2 trophies this year. They're a bit like, well, it's fine. Can't please the fans all the time, can you? Do Oxford have a senior affiliate, asks Dennis. No, we don't. We do not at the minute. And we will look for one at this point. Tell me, Jameson, did you win the club? I did win the club. I did win the cup as well. We did win the cup, but what happened? We've not even got to the end of the season, how it finished. Flying in the league. We had to get 1 point from our last 3 games, and our players just went on strike essentially, and we're just like, we got a draw against Scunthorpe, missed a penalty in the last minute. Blakey got us a goal against Mansfield. That was 1-1. We limped over the line. 0-0 draw against East Lee. Then we won 2-0 against Chester, and then in the final of the FA Trophy, it took us to extra time. A 109th minute goal from Oscar Thorne did it. It was ridiculous. We had something like 23 shots, 2 on target. We were so wasteful. But look, absolutely running the game. Could not hit a barn door. It was awful. It was so horrible to watch. It should have had rain. It should have had mud. Like, the fans should be given a refund, really, for sitting through it. It was fucking dreadful. But somehow, we all got through it, and we've now got ourselves this extra trophy. So it was all worth it in the end, wasn't it? Now let's have a look here. This squad planner time, as I say, this is what we're currently looking at. Okay, we are 100% staying with Oxford, JM. So we're not moving anywhere. Do the meme. I'm not leaving. Do the meme. Right, let's have a look at contracts, because we need to show you where players are and where players are going to be going. Should do half price season tickets. I mean, definitely need to pay for their travel. Definitely. Now, first things first, I don't think Craig Charles is going to cut it. So I think Craig Charles is going to be released. Okay, set for release by Craig Charles. Terribly sorry. Sounds like Real Salt game against Seattle last year. 0 shots by the team the whole game, and they won on penalties. Yeah, pretty much. That's what happens with us as well. Hello, Dill. Welcome. Big fan of Dill's work. If you're not following Dill as well, but also make sure you go and give Dill some love. Of course, we haven't shouted JM either, so there you go. Give a follow to JM while you're at it. Think you need to bring in the human lamppost Cal Hudlin, says Dill. Dill, we've already had Hudlin. We had Hudlin at Linfield. Big 6'9", love him. He's one of our go-to guys, but he's a little bit too old for our project now, unfortunately. So yeah, sadly he goes. Matthew Steer, left back, in on trial, formerly of Norwich. Now, I don't know. I think we trial him and we see where he goes. He's not the worst player in the world. He's quick. His crossing and dribbling isn't brilliant. We'll discuss a little bit more what that means as we go through. Callum McDonald is our backup left back at this moment in time. I'm going to write his name on a list because I think he's going to be going. Okay? I think Callum McDonald is going. I don't think he's good enough for League Two. I think he's 2.5 star at the minute. But of course, in relation to our team, I think that Blakey is better. You know? And Blakey, I know they're saying Blakey maybe isn't the best defender, but Blakey does what he does, you know what I mean? He gets things done. Attributes-wise, they're about the same, really. Regan Riley, the former Man City Regan Riley. I mean, look at this. Better technicals from Blakey, better mentals, better physicals. Well, better physicals, I think, probably from McDonald. But better crossing, better corners, better free kicks, better long shots, better passing, better technique, slightly worse marking, better determination, better flair, better bravery. Well, yeah, just sort of what we need, really, to be honest. Blakey's the guy, like, you know what I mean? He knows what he's doing, right? You don't play 31 games, get 16 assists from left back. If it's 16 assists, there's no way Blakey's going anywhere. Like, he is locked in. So for me, McDonald is on his way out, okay? Frankie Maguire, we have to be getting him. Regan Riley from Norwich. Right, okay. He's not in anymore, unfortunately. He's left the building. This is the thing as well. Remember, we're in 2030, so some of these players might have decided to leave, yeah, or they've just, you know, retired on the game or whatever. So there will be a point when some of these youngsters maybe don't get picked up by bigger clubs and therefore won't end up in the game further down the line. So players like Adam Ida, still 29, he's joining Fiorentina. Love that. Chevron James to Oxford. Oh, I mean, that would be good, wouldn't it? That would be very good. He had a bit of everything. All of his mentals, all of his physicals, absolutely no technical ability whatsoever. But he was just great, wasn't he? Chevron, let's see if he'll be the guy. We don't know much about him now, apparently. Well, we clearly do. We've scouted him before. Let's get those scouts on him again. See what they can do. Because I'd be keen with that. He's played 33 games or so, and in the SPL. So maybe he's classed as a first teamer now. So maybe they're not overly fussed about letting him go. So that might be a bit of a concern. So Frankie Maguire. Right. Let's talk about this. 8 goals, 41 appearances. Any specific needs? We definitely need a right winger, Dill, because I'll get to it in a second. Our right winger has unfortunately left. And I think we need another central midfielder. Frankie is class, Lewis. Okay, and there is sentiment. Sentiment should be part of this planning process. Okay, he will stay, but is he going to play 41 games next season? That's where I'm going to potentially have a question mark on him. Okay, he did sort of like he drifted in and out of some games. His fitness was starting to catch up with him towards the end of the season. We played him a lot, right? Now, composure, concentration, decision making, not brilliant. Finishing first touch, not brilliant. He missed a massive penalty, says Woolrich. Yes, that is a huge point. Let's think about that. That was a huge thing. He missed a penalty that could have given us the title so much sooner. Like, we'll keep him, but I don't think he's that locked down first name on the team sheet that he was last year. Okay, so maybe he becomes a bit of a sort of like rotation player at this point now. How about my turn racing, by the way? Welcome in. Appreciate your raid last night, by the way. Thank you very, very much indeed. I think it was part of the Zealand raid, wasn't it? So you had a bunch of Zealand raids turn in. So that was very kind of you. Thank you for that, man. Genuinely, much love indeed to you. So go and drop a little follow on my turn racing there. So Frankie, yes, Frankie gets a contract, but it is with strings attached, I think. This one's going to pull at the heartstrings, isn't it? Sam Long. Oh, Sam Long. 35 years old. The current record appearance holder for Oxford. Okay? Look at that. Dating all the way back to 2011. He played 39 games last season. He got an average rating of 7.27. Every single match we said, he is going to cost us. He did a couple of times, granted. He's not going to get a game, really. But I just think that his influence in the dressing room, maybe as a backroom staff, possibly. He's not going to play. But 12, and if he's not going to play, 1,200 quid is a lot of money to not play. There's no staff attributes yet, so we'll have to see what comes out. He's a Sunderland fan as well, so I'm happy with that. So see if he'll accept a wage cut. Can you suggest him to take a staff role? Well, again, we're going to have to work out what we do with the staff, to be honest. Damn, I was someone like I would jump to keep because of how long he's been at the club. This is the thing, Deck. I'm sort of like on the fence because of the fact he's a lifer. Do you know what I mean? He probably will take a low wage. We can get him for less than a grand a week, I think. Absolutely. I think earlier on in the season I'd have been like, yeah, let's get rid. But now I'm like, you know what? We need to nudge this up a little bit. Do we need to change the attribute colours now? You're in the bigger leagues. We can do. What colours do you want them to change to now? How do we change this? I changed it before, didn't I? And I was like, right, is there a shortcut or something? If he's high up in the hierarchy and has promise of playing time, you're not going to give it to him. Could be a disaster 4 months into the season. That's a good shout. Llama, this is why Llama's in. Llama's the voice of reason. Have a heart. Let him get a sniff of League Two. This guy you said was too old and past it a hell of a lot of bright green. I mean, I didn't say past it. I said that he's 35. Do we put him in the mix? But he's going to be one. He's versatile as well. He can play right back as well. You know what I mean? So let's think about that. Right, Oliver Casey, we have to keep. He's 29 years old. He's 6'2", 7.32 average rating. He's got 3 goals from centre half. His performance was above average for defenders. Winning loads of headers, blocking really good. Didn't make many tackles, to be honest, which I'm not massively concerned about as a defender, to be honest. But good passing. So you know what? He definitely stays, I think, to be honest. I'm not saying send him to advertise, check his playing time, he's going to agree to it. Yes. I bet you a gifted sub will take a wage cut, a reduced playing time, try sneaking coach courses. All right, Jim, let's try that then, right? Let's enter contract negotiations without discussing this with the agent. So, turn him to... Let's see if he'll become a fringe player. Maybe. And will you consider... you think backup? He won't do fringe, but backup or rotation. So emergency backup. You reckon? He wants to be an important player. I think we've left it. I think it's gone. Nah. Walk away for now. He's not going to be a starter. He's not going to be a starter, I'm afraid. Casey, I think we locked down. I think we locked Casey down. He's been good enough for us, but again, good enough for us in the National League, right? Is he? JM, you're a man of your word. Appreciate you, buddy. Very kind indeed. Gifted sub out there. What a lovely, lovely gentleman that is, from JM. And Mr. Rimo gets a one there. So, Peepoo, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very, very kind. Casey, good enough for the football league. 3-star in our team apparently. He's not going to be the centre back, is he? But he gets goals. Got us 3 goals last season. Dude is 35, play with the club forever and treats you like that. I know, Deck. But this is the thing. People have got to do what they got to do. You know what I mean? Like they got families to feed. Like he's been there all his life. Where's he going to go now? You know, is he going to go to Woking for 1 year? He's not going to rent his house out for 1 year, is he? Like he wants a bit of loyalty. He wants a bit of respect. I get that. We're not going to give it to him, sadly, and I kind of respect him for it. But at the end of the day, he's got to be smart with himself and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not getting in the team. There's sentiment, and there's sentiment. We brought him on in the last game of the season to lift the trophy because he's the captain. But I mean, he shouldn't really have been there. Can't do a important play. He needs some awareness. Exactly. We need better players than him, and he's not even our number 1 centre half, really. Mrs. ain't gonna be happy with a move at 35 for a declining football career. Exactly. You know, it's not like he's gonna go out in the bright lights or anything, is it? George Alexander, really sorry, Lewis, but George Alexander is going. We're going to release him because he got upset, which is fine. Hayden Hackney had a good season as well, I think, to be honest. Him and Maguire have a decent little partnership going on in midfield. 27 years old, does the gritty work that unfortunately Maguire can't do. So I think he stays, right? I think he stays. He's wanted by the MK Dons. He's wanted by a team who's A, imaginary, and B, a division above us. So can we get a better player than Hackney in? You reckon we could? He lacks acceleration, I'll give you that. He does lack acceleration. Keepman gets the crowd going. Yes, he does. That's a good point. Didn't even spot that. He's a bit slow. He is, but he plays as the ball-winning midfielder, doesn't he? And that would technically be a half-back this season. So him and Maguire. So in the tactic, I should probably say as well, by the way, for anyone who's new, this is how we play. So when I'm talking about these players, try and visualize how they're gonna look in the setup. Okay. So we have a goalkeeper on defence and nothing too fancy. But we do need a better goalkeeper than what we've already got. Okay. Beach is fine. He wasn't really tested a lot in the National League, but that's not a League 2 goalkeeper, I don't think. You know, green lines between everyone. Yeah, they played a lot of football together, Dill. So this team knows each other well. So again, I don't want to just strip it straight out and start again. You know, but that's part of the nature of being in the lower leagues, isn't it? So you know. So Eddie Beach, I think we've got a question mark over Beach. Can we get a better goalkeeper in League Two? I hope so. Thing is, back to back, it is on, Jam. That's the thing. If we get the right players, then I think we could be there. League Two as well, before we jump in, sorry for constantly sort of back and forth on this. Some of you might be like, oh, for God's sake, just stay on one screen. There's 4 promotion spots in League Two as well. So let's think about that. We can finish 3rd and we're still up. We can finish 7th and we're still in with a shout. Do you know what I mean? Like, and there's not a lot between, so 70 points and 49 points is what? 21 points between playoffs and relegation? I don't think, as for us as a team, on 101 points, and I know you can't compare it exactly, right? But I don't think our team is going to be that close to the bottom, even without improvements. You know, what's that? Bolton lost 15 games and came 2nd. There you go. Let's pull this. Yeah, I mean, Gillingham lost 11 games and won the league. We lost 3. So yeah, we've got something decent. The strikers. He's Slicker from City. He's 18 in real life. Slicker again. I mean, Kieran Slicker, the goalkeeper, who's now at Clyde. Is that the one? We'll scout him, but he's out of contract next season, so I'm not entirely sure. Strikers are interesting. Again, we'll jump back and forth as we go through. We've got this guy, Daniel Agruwu. 15 goals in 12 games. He took a few matches off, to be honest, towards the back end of the season. He was scoring for fun, and then he just went, I've done enough, lads. I've done enough. We signed him for 30 grand from Sunderland. He's got a contract on next season. I think he's good enough to play in League Two. Okay? I think he is possibly even good enough for League One, right? I think he's definitely one of our main players for next season. Okay, we've also got Oscar Thorne, who could be a right back, could be a centre forward. He plays in both positions. He's 6'2". He scores goals. He gets 11 goals in 19 games in the league, 16 and 24 overall. But he can also play right back, so he's versatile. Scored a hell of a goal from right back as well, actually, so that's worth looking at. Bailey Kadamari is another one of our strikers who I looked at a little bit last season and thought, he's got 10 and 24. It's not brilliant, but he probably wasn't being used to the best of his ability last season. He lacks a bit of acceleration. He's better in a 2 than he is in a 1. So if we're playing with 2 up front, I think Bailey's in there. If we're playing him on his own, he doesn't quite have the physicality to lead the line on his own. I think he's definitely a poacher. He's definitely a poacher rather than as a pressing forward. In Northern Ireland, he was so explosive, but in the National League, just needed a little bit of partnership, a little bit of help. And then we've got this young lad here, Ben Nolan, who, to all intents and purposes, should be an absolute superstar, really. Finishing of 17, dribbling of 12, acceleration of 14, determination of 17. I mean, off the ball of 14. Again, inside forward. We spoke about that, didn't we, towards the back end of last season. He's just, I mean, transfer value 1.8 million possibly, 2 years on his contract. If we get him playing, I think we've got a player on our hands. Really. We signed him for 42 grand. So let's just keep that one up our sleeve. And the thing is though, Dill, if people do steal him, that's fine, because they're going to have to pay for him, really. So we're in that position in the league where if teams do come in and buy our players, it's not a problem, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll sell him on, we'll get some money for him, even if we only get $1 million for him. we aren't getting $1 million for anyone else in the club. So, and that will go towards replenishing something else. So he's a risk that's worth keeping, I think, at this point. So that's how the team looks. We've got the shadow striker as well. We've got these two wide players. I think if Nolan comes in as part of the inside forward, I think we turn that there to an inside forward. Nolan takes the left side. Mordner goes out to the right, because unfortunately Paul Rogie is going back to his parent club. He's one of ours youngsters, came through the system, moved to Hearts, 475 grand. Then they loaned us back to him for free. So unfortunately he's not going to be able to stay again this season. So right winger or right midfield is the first position we need to replace, really. Been at Oxford all 9 seasons, no deal, no. We started off, so the whole point of this save is starting unemployed, no experience, no badges, nothing like that. We ended up at Banbridge in Northern Ireland first of all, which was great fun, so great. A couple of players from the team actually ended up in the stream. Crazy Kill, appreciate the follow, very, very kind. My Turn Racing, silly question. You didn't do an FM comedy show at the Edinburgh Fringe maybe 10 years ago? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. That's me. That's this thing that I did. Football Manager ruined my life. That was the show. It ended up on YouTube as well. I put it on my YouTube channel. And we ended up touring it actually, so it was great fun. But yes, it is coming up to 10 years now. My word. My word. And then off the back of that, we ended up being as part of we were in the Football Manager documentary. We're in the book. Mr. RH Gamer, welcome in, appreciate the follow. We're in the book that Ian McIntosh wrote, Football Manager Stole My Life. Did some Q&A stuff with Miles and Ian. Then of course we've got the Football Manager Show podcast. So yeah, we've kind of done some bits and bobs with it, to be honest. Your wife and yourself went to see. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was really, really good fun. Really good fun. There's a book and a documentary. Yeah, so there's a documentary called Football Manager and Alternative Reality, and it was done by I think it was done by SI, really. And there's like loads of like sort of celebrities in it about sort of they talk about how they play Football Manager and stuff. And then there's me in there as well as the fucking comedian. And then there's this knobhead who does a show about Football Manager. So I'm in it. And then the book again is the same stuff. There's like loads of sort of really cool articles about sort of like people who play the game, who are interesting. So yes, definitely worth a look out. Definitely worth a look for. Alex Gilbert, answer me a question on this one, chat. People who've seen Alex Gilbert play last season: 6 goals, 5 assists, 18 games, 18 starts, I should say. Sorry. Left winger. What are we thinking? Is he worth keeping? He's 28, bear in mind. Okay, now we don't just want to ship out anyone who's quote-unquote older. We do need a little bit of experience in the squad. Now, if it's between keeping him and keeping Lane Bourne, I think Bourne's probably got a bit more potential. But Gilbert was maybe a little bit more consistent, I think. When he turned up, he got his chance and he played well. But Bourne is a little bit more versatile. But he's only really better in the mental attributes. Could be a backup player. And he's down as a squad player, so that's fine. So he's okay with that. So we could maybe give him another year as a squad player. Wife has a better memory than me. She walked in and saw what I was watching, which recognised your name. I had no idea. Oh, hello, Mrs. My Turn Racing. Welcome in. That's nice to see you. He was good. He's not on a lot. Thought he was a young'un. No, he's a bit of an experience. Tony's one of the oldest people in the community. He has stories about playing FM in the 70s. I've got stories about before they even called it football. Yeah. So there you go. We're definitely getting there. Right, let's have a little look then. Squad player still. Happy with that. That's good. Wouldn't chase anyone out who's under contract. No. this is the thing. So these players are all due this season. 1 year extension after 10 games. That seems a bit sharp, doesn't it? 1 year extension after 30 games. Let's take that out, actually. Let's not. Right, fine. Doesn't need an extension straight away. Chipped a little bit off his wages. Casey we're going to give a new contract to as well, aren't we? So he's on 1,500 quid. When did FM even first come out? So, all right, okay, right. So FM first came out. FM was called Championship Manager when it first came out, Captain. And it was released in 1992. So myself and Llama, we're both OGs. We played the original versions. And we played video games before then. So you can get Champ Manager 92, 93. Speak of it, it's like summoning up it's literally like sort of saying the Candyman in the window, and then all of a sudden he appears. Speak of 92, 93, here comes the mad scientist. Welcome in, pal. A pleasure to see you. We are talking retro football, so of course mad scientist turns up. That was 11 years before you were birthed. Look, you don't feel old. You don't feel old, man. It's us that feel old. But yeah, we're all good with that, don't worry. How's life treating you, Mad? Pleasure to see you. I hear rumblings and rumours. A certain database is done. You must be happy about that. Right, Frankie Maguire. He's currently... What is he at the minute? Is he currently a fringe player? Or is he currently classed as a... What's he currently classed as? He's currently classed as a starter. Gilbert in the Welsh League, he's decent, but no idea what level to compare it to. Yeah, and I think that's part of it, isn't it, really? He is pretty good. He is pretty good for us, to be honest. Can we keep him as a starter, maybe? Yeah, starter. Here we go. 1,300 quid. He's currently on 800. Let's see if we'll knock him down to 1,000. He did do fine, didn't he? You know what I mean? Like, we did miss that penalty. 2-year deal. He's not budging too much on this. There we go. £1,000 a week. Let's keep him in, right? So Maguire's locked in. Gilbert's locked in. Are we keeping Hackney, or what are we doing about Hackney? I liked him. I thought he was decent. We'll have a think. Eddie Beach. I guess without him we haven't got a goalkeeper, so we need to really keep him just as even as a backup, right? We can keep him as a backup player, as a backup goalkeeper, the very worst. 100. Keep him as an important player, though. Let's walk away from that just yet, because he might not be. Duffy's a keep, surely. Duffy stays. Playing him as that shadow striker. Anticipation off the balls maybe declined a little bit for us, but I think again we can have him as he is a fringe player. So you're right, through balls for days. Important player now, maybe. Let's see if he still fancies being a squad player, possibly. Wants to be an important player, that's fine. We can stick him in there, but I think there might be a better player to replace him with in the future, but at the minute he deserves his opportunity. You know, ultimately, again, we need to show him a bit of loyalty, because he dropped down a division to come to us, so he stays. Harvey Mordner. I love Harvey Mordner. His attributes don't suggest he should be any good, but I love him. I genuinely love him. I think he's been brilliant for us. But I think he's a backup player. I think he's an absolute backup player. We certainly can't rely on him. He can't be the first choice left midfielder, so I think we have a question mark. I think we have a question mark on replacing left midfield next year. And that's what we need to look at. Nige, there's a few decent American streamers around right now. It's unfortunate their regular times don't always fit too well with UK. Oh, there's so many great UK American streamers right now. obviously we've got Dylan in the chat. Captain on Deck, we saw for the first time last night. 3 streams in. He looks great. Definitely follow him. H2 over in Canada is fantastic. Stick Piano in America is brilliant. There's just so many great streamers. Tacticality is an American streamer as well. So again, fantastic people to keep your eyes on. If you do have a little bit of time with regards to watching live, or they're great to play catch up on as well. So once, for example, someone like Captain on Deck becomes affiliate, you get to see their VODs later on. So check them out, make sure you follow on them, and then you can always watch their VODs the next day, and look at that, my Nightbot reminding you, if you've got Amazon Prime, you can link to Twitch, subscribe for free. So that's a good shout, actually. Do that, because it costs you nothing. Bezos has got your back. It's a free sub every month. Doesn't have to be to me. You can move it on to someone else if you like. Try it, move it around, see what you fancy. Now, Mordner is happy to take a wage cut as well. So, go on, Mordner. Bailey. BTC. Are we keeping him? Are we keeping him? That's the question. Evening, Rada. How are you, pal? No, says Monaret. We do have to be ruthless. We do. I'm gonna put a poll out, because you know what? I think you're probably right. I think you're maybe right. I think the physicality, the lack of pace, the lack of acceleration, I think he goes. I think we needed him at a time. He did what he needed to do. I think there's better. Slots Car Gauge, welcome in. Appreciate the prime, by the way. That's very, very kind indeed. Bless you for that. Rada says that, how's the run going? The run is great, man. We finished the league last season, so we got the National League title and the FA Trophy title as well, so we doubled up. We're now in the Football League, and we're just sort of doing our sort of pre-Football League squad planning, transfers, try and get ourselves all sorted. So admin stream tonight, Friday night admin, and I think at this point we're all pretty much in the position of Bailey's going to go. Bailey might be going. I think we have to be ruthless on it, personally. Same with Rio. I think Rio's a good little option, but I think given the fact that we didn't use him a lot, was going to be a thing that we need to get a little, 6'6" in midfield. He's 24, but he's just, for me, didn't play last season. 2 games in the National League. He's not going to be in the National League. He's not going to be playing in League 2. So, bye Rio, I'm afraid. Slot, no problem. Thanks for the help on the pod recently. Gauge 100 on Twitter. Nice, excellent. I'm glad to have you back in. Thank you for that, and I hope the advice was helpful at least. So, appreciate you there, and let's say thank you so much for being a part of the podcast and listening to it. We genuinely appreciate the support. So, thank you for popping in to see the stream as well. How did Oxford end up in the National League in the first place, asks the Spanner. To be fair, we turned up when they got relegated. They were there, bottom of the League 2. They got relegated on goal difference. So they always had a bit of a bad time before we turned up. So it's, we're trying to fix them. Raphael asks, how does Bailey compare to the squad in terms of wages? So he's not massively out of character with regards to wages. So let's just pull this up in terms of wages there. So our top earner is a guru, and rightfully so, to be honest. 2.5 grand. Katamari, about average, 1,200 quid. It's not massive money, and it's certainly not massive money when you consider that we're going to go up into another division. So releasing him isn't going to save us a great amount of money, but replacing him, we're probably looking at spending at least the same, to be honest, to let him go and get someone else in. But, and this is like the end of the Titanic all over again, there's definitely space for him on the journey. There is, but he's a backup now. He's definitely a backup. If he's fine with that, fine. He wasn't super prolific, says Cobbler Sean. Not great average ratings in the National League, no more than a squad player. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit. Oh, there's gonna be some people gonna be upset, isn't it? Leclosian, time for an upgrade, for sure. A15, how do you think I'll vote? I think you voted multiple. I think you're starting multiple there. I think you're starting multiple accounts to vote out for him. To be honest, Sam Long's already turned down a contract. Hayden Hackney. Did we put a contract in for Hackney? We weren't sure, were we? Are we going? Is Hackney getting another deal? Did we decide that? I think we were going to put him in, weren't we, and play him as a rotation. Because we don't want him to go to the MK Dons at the end of the day either. So that's the thing, isn't it? League 2 guys, we're looking for 1,500 at 2.5. They won't be cheap. They won't be cheap, Nigel, you're right, but they'll be better. At least that's the thinking behind it, right? Plus, we have got about 20 grand spare in that transfer budget. We can't have a player with 7 pace. That's a good point. That is a really good point. Because the thing is, that means he has to be part of a 2. And if our system plays with a 1, that means he's not going to be there. He can't run the line on his own. He can't be, he can't be the number 1. He can't be. Was there a promotion cash bonus? There will be. We haven't pulled through to that next little bit yet to work it out, but we'll get there. Bye Katamari. Bailey's gonna go. Oh dear. Mark Memmott, talk to me, chap. What are we thinking? He's been on loan at Dulwich Hamlets. Do we loan him out again? He's 23. Is he going to push on? He's got some attributes which look all right. Is he fine for a backup? Is he a bit lightweight though? He's got strength of 9. He's only 5'8". He's quick, reasonable dribbling, reasonable crossing. Good teamwork, good work rate, good leadership. He's brave. He's kind of got the bits that we need, but has he got the technicals? Like, he's got all the mentals and the physicals, just about. Obviously, bar his jumping reach and strength. Just a bit unsure. Not good enough for League 2, says Nige. Can maybe agree with that. Can maybe agree. Bangura got in a bit of a strop, didn't he? A few appearances of the paint pot that'd be it. Release. Yeah, it's true, innit? You know, and this is the thing. Like, I know that. I probably know that, but I do just want to sort of like put it out and be like, what do we think? Like, you know, when you're trying to sort of like get a bit of a steer going, don't think this is. I don't want to make the decision here. Bangura wanted to leave. He wanted to leave, and he didn't really do much when he came on. He got some opportunities, and he didn't take them. So, unfortunately, Bangura goes. And Bangura should have been good, but just wasn't. Frankie Marmalade. Now, Frankie Marmalade is Raggio. 19. Can we keep him and loan him out? We could do that, couldn't we? Banger's out. Bangura's has gone. Yeah, Bangura's gone. Kieran Keane again. 19, no potential. I mean, again, you are coming in with stone cold facts right there going, Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Again, same here. This guy's 6'8". He's 20 now, and don't know. Gilderan. It's definitely the first time in. I mean, it's a way to announce yourself. I love it. Welcome in. It's nice to hear you. Nice to have you in. King just ain't having it, is he? Like, we bought him and thought, okay, hell, 6'8". This is gonna be brilliant. That says a lot. 24 games, one season, 8 games last year. Didn't do it for us, unfortunately. Sorry, Kieran King. Away you go. Frankie Marmalade might be going as well. Liam McLean, bar the fact he's got finishing of 17 and teamwork of 17, I don't think there's much there either. 5 goals in Scottish League 2. Release, I'm afraid. And now here's the interesting lot, okay? These are the players that we brought in on loan. Now, some of those players we might have to look past a little bit because these people could be available to bring in. Emil Mammadov, the Azeri, 6'2", 22 years old. I'm going to make a case for him, okay? This is the case for the defence. We have released Rio, who would have been a backup centre-half, okay? At this moment in time, we've got 2 central midfielders. We've got Hackney and we've got Maguire. Okay? We probably need one more starting central midfielder there. What we found last year was we were struggling for fitness with Maguire and Hackney playing all the football under the sun. So we brought Mammadov in to kind of like ease that burden towards the back end of the season. Mentally, I like him. Physically, he's okay. He's decent in the air. 6'2", good jumping reach. Strong. Good stamina. Improving in some areas. Anticipation should probably be a little bit higher at 22, I think. Leadership and off the ball should be a little bit higher at 22. Passing's not great. Tackling's very, very weak. Really. In terms of being another body, is he worth a relatively cheap wage as just being a body to throw in? Maybe play him in the cup. Maybe bring him on as a sub for 10 minutes towards the end. Can't have a midfielder in League 2 with 5 tackling. 6 concentration as well, actually, and 8 bravery. That seems a reasonable thing of it. Monaret says shortlist him and approach him if you can't find the other targets that are a bit out of reach. That's an interesting way of looking at it. On the upside down leagues. Yeah, exactly. There's also that. Plus there's the narrative of we used to manage Azerbaijan in FM23. So there's that little bit as well. Again, maybe I'm slightly swayed by some of these moments. And that's what we need to think about, to be honest. Plus, you know, his favourite personnel is Benito Carboni, who is the Azeri manager. So Huddersfield might not want to send him back. He's out of contract. That's the thing. So he's out of contract at the end of the season. So that's what I'm thinking. He'll be free, and he might be an extra body. But then compare him to this guy, Carstenage, who probably has better, you know, passing 13, first touch 13, determination 15, balance 15, off the ball 12, tackling 3 though, acceleration 9, aggression 7, comes deep to try and get the ball, tries long range free kicks. Again, it's just 21 years old. Is he going to improve too much? Maybe not. Maybe I've just got to accept these are players that would be there if we were still in the National League. Brad Jones, not good enough. Good jumping reach, but didn't even play when we were there, so we don't need to bother with that. Rogi, of course. I don't know if he's going to be. They're not interested, sadly. Okay, so I'm recalling watching the games on the run-in. Mamadov looked a bit sharper, but none of the other ones really stood out. But you can get better loanees at League 2. I think that's the thing, isn't it? He looked fine. There's better. There's better available. We don't have to settle. You know? And we also have to release McDonald as well, don't we? Because on your way, budgets look like 360 grand wages, transfer fee, sorry, and 62 grand in wages. We're currently spending 40, so we've got money. And what I like there is we've spent an hour. Now we've clicked continue for the first time. This is what I love about when we get to these transfer streams. That's just literally, we all sit there for what feels like ages. And we're like, right, let's have a look. What can we do? Where are we going to be? So if we stick with the same tactic that we had last season, okay, without any changes, at all, this is what we've currently got. It sounds like FM spend an hour and hit continue once. It's 100% the way it is, isn't it? It's how it's got to be. Right. This is how the team looks right now. Okay? We could go into the season with the team we have. We could put McKinley in there as a defensive midfielder on support, and then there you go. We've got something, right? Ideally, I'd like that. If we're going to do that, I'd like that right back to get up and over. So I'd like the full backs to sort of be able to get through. Did you know if it's possible to edit clubs and leagues on the PS5? No idea, I'm afraid, Han. Not played the. I must admit, I've not played the console versions yet, I'm afraid. If there's anyone in the chat who knows, feel free to let Han know, because I think that'll be really interesting. My gut feeling is probably not, to be honest. Can't use the editor on a console. Didn't think so. Do we have a ceremonial releasing of Kadamari? Do we fire him on the whistle, or do we just leave it till the final day and go bye Bailey? Do it that way. So this is what we've got then in terms of how we look right now. We've said that we have a question mark over Mordner, so let's take Mordner out. He's not the first choice left back. Aguero becomes a pressing forward because he's great. Sad music for Bailey. It's very sad, Captain. It's very sad, because the thing is, right, look at him, okay? Here's his story. We were at Linfield in Northern Ireland. He scored 43 goals in 47 games on loan. Okay? Won us the title single-handedly. He was brilliant. We came to Oxford. We looked around. I wonder if Kadamari can still come on loan from Sheffield Wednesday. He was released. So we put him straight in and thought, excellent. You know, he got 22 and 51. We thought this guy's going to be brilliant. He's keeping going. Then, of course, last season, when we needed him the most, goals have started to dry up. 10 in 24. Fortunately, Kadamari is gone. Gotta be harsh, haven't we? Hello, Northern Pilgrim. Welcome in, pal. But yeah, the story itself has been great. In fact, let's do this a quick bit as well. If you're unsure about something, if you've got the time, right? If you've got the time, and most people don't, I appreciate that. If you've got the time and you want to check the entire story of the save and how it's been going, there's a TJFM live channel on YouTube as well. I don't really advertise it, but all the streams are on there. I've loaded them all up in their absolute entirety, so you can go back and check from the days of Banbridge to Portadown to the ridiculousness that was Dungannon, then Winfield, and then get to where we are with Oxford now. So this is where we're at. If you're brand new, by the way, of course, welcome in. We stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Feel free to drop a follow. Get in the Discord as well. I've not really promoted the Discord tonight. Get in the Discord. Do that. And also, of course, do follow the Football Manager show as well. Tony, can you put McKinley, one of your best paid players, and I don't remember him. Right. McKinley's an interesting one. Monret. Before I touch it, McKinley was a player we scouted so much at Linfield, wanted him desperately. He was a star player, or sort of like a prospect youth at Middlesbrough. Brought him in, and I was like, oh, brilliant, got him in. Hackney did better. Hackney again came from Middlesbrough. I was swayed by what I thought he could do, and he didn't really do it. He didn't really deliver. Rogie stepped up, was so much better in terms of what he could do every single match. So he wasn't going to play out on the wings. He's not got the pace. He's not going to play much in terms of being inside because, again, Hackney and Maguire played better. He sort of has what we need in terms of passing and technique and teamwork and decision making, but that tackling's going to catch him out in this division. Balance is good, anticipation's not brilliant, and you're right, maybe for 1,600 quid, maybe we can find a way to move him out. He's not going to be a starter. He wasn't last season, so he's certainly not going to become a starter next season, so could be someone to look at. So we'll remove him again from here right now, but I'm saying worst case scenario, we do have a player that can start in the right midfield position. And then I guess we would look at that as our setup, to be honest. Maybe Beach we've removed for now because he wants to be an important player and we maybe don't think he's going to be. So let's remove King as well. Let's remove Brad Jones. Let's remove Sam Long. So yeah, this is literally where we get to at this point now. Trying to work out who's staying, who's going. And yeah, so all these players here are going to be leaving the club. Yeah, McKinley, we'll put McKinley on the bench just for now, but all those players leaving the club. Yeah, so we can really start working this one out. Nolan we can put here as an inside forward. In fact, we can do that now. Stick him on that as an inside forward. Mordener's not leaving, but Mordener's also not going to be the starter. Oh, is he down there? Sorry. There you go. Mordener goes there. So that looks about right, doesn't it? For all those players on their way out. Marmalade, is he going to move? Tackling's good. Marking's not brilliant. His teamwork's not great. But it is Raggio. I'm undecided. Ask the director of football about expiring contracts. Smart. Marmalade is cheap. Keep him as a prospect. He's one of our mods as well. We need to keep somebody. We'll loan him out. Yeah. Breakthrough prospect. 275 grand. Get yourself out on loan. Okay. There we go. Okay, so in terms of suggested targets, goalkeeper first of all, expiring. Taylor Holman, welcome in. Appreciate you. Very kind. Thank you for the follow. Craig Short's not going to suggest anyway. Callum Yam is a loanee from Ross County Reserves. Not bad, potentially. Maybe scout them, see what they say. Callum Yam. David Ellis. He's got a mohawk. He's a goalkeeper. No, not a chance. Not a chance. End of contract, midfielder. Right, nobody. Craig Ramsey. I think we maybe have to do this once everything's pulled through, because we also need to look at players who are going to be released. So with that to do. When does that happen? Is that the 1st of June, is it? So yeah, we think we've actually got the squad planner done. So Kadamari's going to leave. Oscar Thorne, Ben Nolan, Agruru. We set up recruitment focus for players who are expiring. We should do that actually, shouldn't we? experience matrix is quite worth looking at as well, because some players hitting their peak, Blakey, Duffy, Hackney, Gilbert, George Alexander we can ignore, Gilchrist, Thorne, Lintop, Casey, Maguire. So the core of our team are all hitting their peak around about the same time, which is quite handy. A couple of players on development deals who aren't really going to be part of the squad going forward. A couple of emerging talents, maybe Nolan, maybe Bourne, McKinley. Again, doesn't really play a great deal. Eddie Beach was 26. So, yeah, that's worth looking at. But this is where we need to be looking to recruit. See our gaps. No right midfielder. Lintop is our best right back, but then so's Oscar Thorne. Could do another centre half, maybe. Proper good centre half. Left back as a backup. Goalkeeper. Strong central midfielder. It's basically just adding to what we've got, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like, really. First time stream, I see Hayden Hackney. How's he done? What's he look like? I'm a Borough fan. Interesting to see how the next big development is doing. I love Hayden Hackney. I think he's great. Like, we brought him in on a free. We've had him for one season, and he was part of a really strong central midfield. Did what we needed to do. We were playing him as a ball-winning midfielder. 7.06 overall. 34 games he played, 5 assists, 1 goal, 9 yellow cards. Statistically, looked decent. Did what he needs to do. Analysis, performed well. Good passing, good tackling, good blocks. Did well in defensive duties as well. Lots of passes, lots of accurate passes. Progressive passes were good. Of course, his XG was a little bit lower than we expected, but that's fine because we're playing a bit more defensively. Bleckton, B Keaton, sorry, appreciate the follow. Very kind of did. And then again, yeah, just maybe did fine. And I'm happy to sort of have him still in there and sort of, you know, go forward. Can you show us your skin colours in advanced settings? So the skin colours, so the skin itself is the Tato skin. 40, appreciate the follow there, very kind. But in terms of the skin colour, the actual change in the attribute colours, you mean? Yeah, let's have a look. How do we change them? It's Philly Kong, appreciate the follow as well. That's very kind of you. Thank you for that. Is it interface? Where do you want to see its attributes, isn't it? No. How do we change this back? What do we have to press? Someone can remind us. It's just in advanced, is it? Customize skin colors. Custom skin. Literally, I'm just staring at the screen now, going, where am I? Still in interface. Oh, thank you. it's just an advanced. Most common. Custom skin color. There we go. Right. Here we go. Right. Okay. So we'll be nudging these up a little bit then, are we? So 13, 10, and 7, 8 maybe. Boost them up a smidge. Yeah, we went from 8 there, so all of a sudden we can see these players now. So Frankie, why has that changed? Oh, don't tell me that the whole setup's different. Oh, what? This is what happens. Why have we changed things? Who made me change bits and pieces? Oh, Great, now it's buggered up. Bailey would look great even with the changes. Would look great or wouldn't look great? I think we've now... bugger. We've now affected how this looks. Yeah, it is. How do I get it back? Change it to profile. Oh, it's the landing page, isn't it? It's the landing page now, that's right. Landing page profile. There we go. There we go. Good. I nearly panicked. Sorry, everyone. I nearly panicked. No, now it's not doing it. There's a tick box for landing screen. You click on a player. Is it under? If this is fucked up just because we've changed something. Where is it? That's there. So that's profile. That goes back to attributes, doesn't it? Right, go back out of the player and back in. There we go. Better. Right. Cool. Thank you. Done. Done. Right. Players that are interested. Stalker. Beatty. Huxley. Scout you. And Flynn we don't know about. That's fine. Joe Winstanley. 24. He's 5'5". We're not bothered about that. Jameson wins Manager of the Year. After all this, by the way, we've got around to something. There is some good news. We've won the Manager of the Year. So there you go. That's not obviously not a thing that we actually work on as part of the stream, but let's put that in there. Chairperson is very happy. Artahari, very, very happy. See, that's what it's all about. They love us. They love us around there. It's great. Oh, Westwood's joined. Right, so this is interesting because this guy is also a 3-star goalkeeper, as much what Eddie Beach is right now, but potential of being as good as a championship player. So, you know, maybe not as good distribution, possibly. Kicking's not great. Reflexes maybe not as... I should say it. So yeah, reflexes are better. Kicking's better. Aerial reach is tiny bit worse. Less eccentricity, to be honest. Relishes big matches. Yep. Throwing's not so good, to be honest. But some good attributes, I think, to be honest. Maybe not as brave. Mamba R6, appreciate the follow. That's very kind. Balance and agility are a lot higher, though. Stamina, not great for a goalkeeper, but, you know, still a little bit better. So bring him in now. We can do that. So it's not going to cost us anything. And we might have a better goalkeeper going forward. Right, so goalkeeper we can tick off at this point now. End of season review. 3. It's not going to cost us 120 grand. Monoret, because he got released. He got released by Birmingham, so it's actually going to be... It's going to cost us nothing. Unless I've read it completely wrong. But he was released in a free transfer. So in terms of players brought in, Gilchrist, B-. They're happy enough with that. A, of course, for Oggy. Outstanding purchase. Joe Duffy, disappointed with the deal to sign him, given a player that's too high for his wages. I mean, look, 13 goals, 11 assists. What do you mean wages that are too high? Shut up, the board. Oscar Thorne, average, disappointed. Transfer fee doesn't represent a good deal. 16 goals in 24 games. Yeah, fine, 120 grand probably was a little bit too expensive, but bought him from Woking, who were a League Two side, and it was taking one of their better players. He did go off the boil a little bit, you're right. Lintott, excellent, B-. Hardly paid, didn't pay anything for him, I don't think. Cheap as chips. Mordner, C-. Giving him a play that's too high for a place in the squad. I mean, he played 44 games. He's barely on anything. And we've given him a reduced wage, 825 quid. Come off it. Eddie Beach, content. Blakey, disappointed with the deal in Blakey. His wage is too high. He's on 1,500 quid granted, but 13 assists. 20 assists actually in total overall. 20. Look at that. 20 assists for Blakey, and they're saying, oh, we're paying a bit too much. Shut up. Alex Gilbert, dreadful apparently. I mean, I'm just going to come off this screen because I don't think the players, the fans, or the board really know what they're talking about, to be honest. They love Mamedov though. They love him. They love Arj as well. And it's a C rating for George Alexander. They love the fact that we've won the league though. That's perfect, right? No wonder they want non-league with that board making decision. I know. Just can't work it out, can you? Like, what do you want? In terms of shirt sales, Casey was the number one shirt sale. Oggy, of course, coming in towards the back end of the season. Everyone's picking up those 29s. But now Kadamari's been released. The number 9 shirt is free. And I think we probably all agree we give it to Oggy. That man has definitely earned it. Sponsorship's down, broadcast revenue's down, corporate hospitality's down. Prize money is up though, so we won some prize money, which is fantastic. Hello, Gavin Brash, welcome in. Hope you are well. Pleasure to see you, sir. Do drop a follow on GB if you love great streamers. To be honest, may have just won Football Manager Top Manager. Well in, mate. Congratulations. Awesome work. Fantastic. Who did you beat in the final? What happened? What got you to that point? While we stall on Barton. I don't like Oggy personally. I hope you're about to follow it with I love him, because we all do, right? So, yeah, look at that. 3 manager of the month, 1 manager of the year for me personally. Casey won the fans player of the season. Rogie was the young player of the season. Eddie Beach, signing of the season. Captain on deck got a bug off. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Mate, no, don't worry at all. Appreciate you. As I say, thank you so much for popping in. We did, of course, raid you last night. So that's Captain on deck, by the way, everyone. If you've not followed him, go and give him a follow. Brand new streamer. We raided him last night. He's a top dude. Go and give him some love. The Chief Scout FM, welcome in. Nice to have you here. Appreciate the follow as well. You're a Bailey stan, says Barton. I understand. Wednesday, aren't you? So that makes complete sense. But I think that, unfortunately, I think had Bailey got us 15 goals or 20 goals, then, you know, he'd still be in it. But I think to slip to 10 suggests to me he's on a downward trajectory, I'm afraid. Goal of the season, Frankie Maguire. Sign of the season, Eddie Beach. Top goal scorer, Oscar Thorne, believe it or not. Finished the top goal scorer, 16 goals. Blakey, 20 assists. Joe Duffy, 8 player of the match awards. Gilchrist, top rating for 7.4. Sam Long, most completed passes per 90 minutes, 107. The record breaker, Blakey, 20 assists is the record breaker. And apparently the board don't think he's a good signing. I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. Do you know what I mean? Don't get it at all. Someone somewhere will work it out, but you know. We'll see. Right. The dynamic storylines kicking in. This is, of course, where we are at this point. All up now to Oxford. 6 trophies, 2 major awards. 7 trophies, however, according to our system. Let's just save this. So this is the end of season 8. You can hear a youngest child busy rolling around and batting his head off the wall next door, and then we'll save that now as season 9. Season 9. Who'd have thought? Getting to this point, season 9. Thomas Westwood is going to come in. Look at that, yeah, because he is already been released, so he's not going to cost us anything, which is going to be great. Don't have to pay that 120 grand that we're talking about for compensation previously. So Craig Charles has gone off to do another season of Robot Wars somewhere else. He's gone. Cyrus Yagani we can remove from the shortlist. Roger Hugel Simonite. I'm still undecided on him, actually. We'll have a think. Sam Downs, not sure. Bruce Webb. Now, he will be good if we can get him in, but I think he's not going to be available for loan this season. Only played 4 times for Cardiff, though, so maybe we might get him in. We'll have to see. Not willing to let him alone just yet. That's fine. We are in the pre-season, though, so we'll see. Charlie Manners. I mean, he could be the replacement for Bailey. 5'10", finishing at 14, off the ball 30, an acceleration of 14. He's very expensive now, though, so maybe we can't get him. We'll keep our eyes on him. Supporter update. Less families turning up. They've taken out. The fair weather fans have increased, though, haven't they? Because of the fact we've won a few things. 160,000 Facebook and Twitter and Instagram followers. So up 7,500 on them. What's the rules on renaming a new gen? Is it only players that come through the youth, or can it be someone you sign? It can be either, to be honest, Barton. To be honest, we've got you noted down, though, because you wanted a right back, didn't you? A right back or a centre back. So we've got who's in the development centre at the minute, who's a right back or a centre back. Let's have a quick little nosy for you. See who's here. So we've got John Whitmore. He's coming through. He's 6'4", 17. He's not got great acceleration. Off the ball's negligible. Tackling's 10. He's maybe not the best at this point. Ian Scolari, how are you, pal? Nice to have you back in. Not seen you around for a little while. Hope life's treating you good. Michael Gleeson, again, maybe not quite good enough, to be honest. More right backs. Boy Ruddle. It's not going to be good enough. He's 5'4". He's also half a star at this point as well. Rudy Corley, not quite good enough. Maybe we haven't got a right back or a centre back at the minute, but Ashley Austin, again, not really good enough. Yeah, it's a bit. The youth intake wasn't brilliant this year, to be honest. Darryl Strawberry got taken by Fat Nige. He wanted that, so he goes in there. Scolari in with a sub. 6 months. Appreciate Scolari. Very kind indeed. Hello, Glossy JR. Welcome in. Hope you're well. How's life treating you? Nice to see you, as always. Hope you've been keeping nice and busy. Streaming going good. Fraser Ramsey, again, not brilliant. We had a Polish defender who looked like he was going to be reasonable, but yeah, we've not got a lot of quality in the youth this year, I'm afraid. So Alex Chatfield, again, maybe doesn't quite look like he's going to get in there. Yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled for you. There might be, if we can bring someone in, then we can sort of like add you in for it. Leclosian, by the way, 20 inspired by our success. I'm back on the horse now at Boreham Wood. First professional club of the save, albeit they're £1 million in debt. Love that. Great to have you back in. Kenneth Hands, welcome in. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Sorry, let me send one quick text. I had a thing that I have to remember how to do. Forgot to ask, how's the challenge going overall, Last Ultra? Decent. This is where we are so far. Let me just quickly pull this back up at this point. So 7 trophies won in 9 seasons. We'll say it's technically 8 seasons. We're about to start season 9 now. So we've won, anything that's in green is what we've won. So Northern Ireland, we won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trophies. And then in England this season, we've won the National League and the FA trophies. That moves us up to 7. Anything that's in yellow is what we're going to be playing for this season coming up. So the Papa John's, the Carabao League Cup, the FA Cup, and the Sky Bet League 2 are going to be trophies that we're going for. So it's unlikely we win another 4. We're not going to win another 4. but there is 4 promotion spots available in the league. So at the very least, we want to be in that hunt, really. This is interesting, by the way. Grow the club's reputation. We failed to do that. Now, I'm not entirely sure how we grow the club's global reputation at this point. You know what I mean? Oh, no idea, but we'll get there. Peter Jan, Tony, it's going to be awesome to see a decorated manager go to the Event Northwest Senior Cup. Isn't it just? They're gonna roll the carpet out. They're gonna be going, I can't believe it's here. I can't believe he's here. But yes, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get in and get it done. So yeah, should have won the Champions League. Yeah, we'll do it. Don't worry. Imagine if they sacked you for that. That could be a thing, couldn't it? They might put me under a bit of pressure, you know. We'll see. Abacus, do you have to get promoted or can you just win the league? So you can do either, Abacus, really. If you win the league, you get the trophy. If you get promoted via the playoffs, win the trophy. Or if you get promoted via the promotion spots, you get the trophy. So yeah, that's kind of how it's going to work. We've obviously got to go back and win some leagues that we haven't won, so like National League. So the National North, National South we've got to do. We've got to win something in the Northern Irish Championship, the Event Northwest Senior Cup, which is a Division 3 trophy in Northern Ireland we haven't won. Go back and win that. A few things that we need to do as part of this season going forward. Razio, welcome in though, buddy. Nice to see you. Appreciate the congratulations on the title last night. We've got our trophy here. There you go. That's for our trophy last year. But yeah, it was fun. So much fun last night. We just limped over the line, to be honest. And then we ended up winning a cup as well. So fantastic. Great end to the stream. So if they're looking at the fact that we're devastated about signing under 23 players, we're going to have to start doing that, really, aren't we? You know, that's going to be what they're wanting. End of the 5-year plan is record a Sky Bet League 2 top half finish this season. No, this season is top half. Okay. Top half. We don't want to be in the bottom. That adds a bit of pressure, doesn't it? I've just accepted it, by the way. Top half of the table, then by the playoffs, then win the league. So within 3 years, they want us established as a League One side. What we reckoning? Is that doable? That feels doable, doesn't it? That feels fun. Let's try and do that. We'll try and bring some under 23s in as well for the first team. We're not going to be using the youth system because there really isn't any, to be honest. Yeah, McDonald's going, Long's going out of the team leaders. Just trying to look in terms of the influential players. Calamari's going, Rogi's going, unfortunately. Not one we wanted to go. Eddie Beach is going. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's probably a reasonable way of working that one out. Assassinator, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. That's very kind indeed. Llama says, surely the Papa Johns just hand you the trophy without you needing to win it. I would imagine so. Yeah. They'd be like, oh, you Tony Jameson, you win the Papa Johns all the time, don't you? I do, yeah. Just have it, mate. Just have it. There's now some questions coming about in the chat. What if they sack me? This is a good point, you know. This is a good point. 34,000 channel points, not long until I get Julio Arca. Oh, Scolari, if that's your name. Yes, we're definitely going to have that one in. Going to try and find you an Argentinian left midfielder, left back. But 100% we're doing that. Assassinator, this is the British Steel Challenge. You need to win every title in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So that includes the league as well. So leagues, cups, we have just pulled up. I'll bring it up again, actually, to show you what we've got. So where's Cargbo playing? He is currently at Cray. I don't know where he starts. He starts at QPR. He goes to Oxford City on loan, then Bognor Regis, Bishop Stortford and Cray. So he doesn't have a great career. 30 goals in 210 games. So, yeah, not fantastic, I'm afraid. We need a free kick, a penalty specialist. Set pieces, that's a good point, actually. There's a good point. This, by the way, is what we need to be winning. So, Just mention that for the Assassinator there. So that's all the trophies that are out for us to look to go for, and all the leagues. So as you can see, anything in green that we've already won, anything that's in yellow is what we can go for this season. And then of course we'll change that to red when we don't win it. But plenty still to go. We're about to start season 9. I reckon we could do this in 50 seasons. 50 seasons I think we can do. Plans for next season. The board are expecting us finishing mid-table. Are the players going to kick off if we say mid-table next season? It's fun, James. It's very, very fun. Youth leagues. No, we don't have to do youth leagues, thankfully. Assassinated. We don't have to do those. But the non-league ones we've got to do. So, right, we want a mid-table. It's going to be achieved. We have to focus on solidifying our position next season. I'm convinced with that. With the right additions, we can get mid-table. Before you go away on a well-deserved break, I want to let you know that I'm not planning to replace any of you. You've done brilliantly to get us promoted. I'm going to give you a chance to get us to mid-table. Not at all. Let's bring players in. Everyone's happy apart from 2 players who are being released. I mean, that seems fair. Can't believe you're bringing players in to replace us, Gaffer, after you've released us. Lane Bourne is very happy to see that we're going to be adding to the squad. Excellent. Have engaged. I think you're all being a little bit too cautious. I'll admit I'm wrong. Let's aim for the playoffs. No, that's not right. Have engaged the collective reaction. I'm not being ambitious enough. That's not right. We all need to be realistic. If we aim beyond our reach, we're all setting ourselves up to fail. There's no answer here. There's no answer that we can click. Where's the agree option? That's not right. Oh dear. Should we clip that? I think that we might have to mention that one. Can somebody clip it? Because I think everyone should have clip powers. But yeah, I think that's a little bit of a bug. Just let me know when someone's made that clip and we'll move on. Insist. Yeah. Most agree with you already. Assist, yeah. That's fine. Expressionless. I don't think you're setting us a high enough target with the squad we've got. Katamari reckons they can do better. That's the sort of reaction I'm on about. Okay, fine. Let's go and get your holidays off. Great. Okay. 2 out of 23 disagree. You have to admit you were wrong. They're the ones that are getting sent away as well, to be honest. This conversation had a negative impact on McKinley's morale. I mean, don't know. If you change the gesture, does it change the options? That's an interesting thing, actually. What's the difference between neutral and expressionless? I'm neutral. I have no opinions. Expressionless. So this is what we've got then in terms of how we look as a team. We can shoot from long range. We have excellent standard squad compared to the rest of the league. Now, is that the new league or not? I don't know. We're impressive when it comes to taking our chances. Plenty of room in the wage budget, with 23 grand of wages still to spend. 350 grand in terms of money as well. High concentration, good marking, good long throws, good at jumping, good at heading. Talented youngsters coming through. Richards, Hatfield and Heffernan. Let's mark those down. Chatfield and Heffernan. Good standard handling from the goalkeepers. Decent passing quality. Most are good at penalties. I'm not sure. We do say we want to try and bring some penalty takers in. High level vision and creativity. Good standard of aerial supremacy. Keepers command their area well. Talking a lot about goalkeepers here. Good technique. Good corners. It sounds like we've got a really, really good squad. And then it gets to the weaknesses. Ivanov is a good option in goal, but could be improved. McKinley is an unsuitable option defensive midfield. Not really great depth outside the first team. We know about that. Oscar Thorne is the leading goal scorer, but his 11 strikes are only good enough to rank him 34th in the competition. Aguero struggled for form recently. 6.44 in his last 5 matches. Agreed. Better depth in central midfield. We know about that. We're trying to add in central midfield. More depth on the left wing. Again, agree. We're looking at central midfield and left midfield. Depth in attacking midfield. Yeah. Depth overall, to be honest. Agility is something we haven't got. 13 and 15 assists conceded in the last 49 matches have come from crosses. Okay, so stop crosses. 13 and 35 assists conceded in the last 49 matches have come from inside the penalty area. Okay. Youth intake just come in. I've got a 6'6" striker called Michael Jordan. Oh, slam dunk. Get that one. Get that one locked in. 33. That's what you need, right? Love that. So, having failed to achieve the short-term target laid out by the club, where does that leave you with regards to the long-term objectives? Well, this is the thing. You've all made a good point in the chat here. Are the board turning on me in a weird way? That's really interesting, isn't it? That we're doing everything we need to do, yet the board are like, I mean, we're not entirely convinced by your signings. We don't think you've raised the profile of the club enough. We think you should finish in the top half of the table next season, having only been promoted. We've cut your transfer budget in half. Let's not forget that as well. Ooh, I'm starting to turn on Oxford a little bit. Border knobs. I mean, let's keep it in the back of our minds. Yeah, it's not cool, is it? Where does it leave it? Right, okay, right. Where does this leave us? Am I just creating drama for nothing? Let them know you don't respect you. I mean, it's for the club to decide. I'll carry on doing my job in the meantime. Undercut media interactions. Time to start looking at the job centre. I mean, we could start stalking up a bit. Who said TJ would turn on Oxford after 3 games of the season? Didn't even get the pre-season. It's the Oxford Tories. They've turned on me, Llama. They're the ones that are putting the thoughts in my head here. There's definitely an undertone, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. You're happy with the direction the club's going? I mean, let's just see change in the club's long-term division. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put that out there. That's weird. That's weird. I think I am stirring the pot a little bit. I'm quite angry, actually, because I wanted to stay. I know I could have just left it as it is. But, hello, Cambodia. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Hope you're well. If Tony goes, we all go. Yeah. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Boris was whispering in the chairman's ear after his Wembley ejection. Yeah, exactly. Rishi's lining up his next job in the background. These pricks, aren't they? It's all nonsense. They fail to grow the club's reputation. Thing is ludicrous. We're back in the Football League. Like, that would have grown our reputation, surely. We're back as a Football League club now. Oh, there's an option. No, it's not. Too expensive. Decent League One player. I'm going with it. I'm going with it, actually. Give him another year to prove himself. Rep won't go up until July. Yeah. So it's not going to move, is it, at this point? So it doesn't really matter. He's on less money. Let's take that contract out. Dean O'Sullivan can have a contract extension, can he? Do we need him to get a contract extension? Probably not, really. He's not done great, has he? A Guru fringe player to regular star. I can't believe we've got a Guru on as a fringe player. Unbelievable. Reputation didn't need enhanced, it needed saving. It's a good point. It's a very good point. I think there's a... Can we change? How do we change the stance? We have to offer a new contract, don't we? I'm guessing we'd have to offer a new contract, changing from a fringe player to a first teamer or a rotation player. Alex Webster, too old for the under 18s, not good enough for anything above that, I'm afraid. So bye bye, Alex Webster. Away you go. Heffernan could be as good as Joe Duffy, apparently. I'm less than convinced. At 20 years old, they're saying he's one of the standout players. Chatfield, better than Oscar Thorne. Maybe. Duffy's got a new deal. Hackney's got a new deal. Good. These players as well, they're signing because of me. They're saying it's because they've got admiration for me, not admiration for the club. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm wound up now. Getting some positive news on the fact that these players are staying. That's the good thing. Everyone's happy about that. Do we look for a director of football? I don't know. He looks homeless. Looks like he's been lost on an island. You know, Scott Flinders, stupid Flinders. Oh, we should do it just for that, shouldn't we? Like, I know I shouldn't just be like going to get somebody in, but he's already here. It's fine. Yeah, stupid Flinders. Right. Shall we ask for some new coaching badges? Just while they're angry at me. How's my adaptability only one? We've moved quite a bit. Are we winning? We're double champions, Jebaru. Look at this, 101 points. League titles in the bag. The FA trophy in the bag. We've spent 2 hours on stream and we've clicked about 5 times for continue. We've not really done a great deal to us. We're trying to get ourselves set up for next year in terms of players that we can get sorted, in terms of where we're going to be going. And we thought everything was going fine, and all of a sudden the board have started being knobheads and sort of being like, yeah, we didn't think that the signings were particularly good, and we think that maybe you should finish mid-table next season, even though you've only just been promoted. And also, we're going to cut your transfer budget in half. And hang on, what? It's 1-0 in the Ianson Davies match. Oh, okay, that's very important actually, because we are going to raid over into that later on. That's something that we all need to go and check out. Yeah, Jebaru's working on the snooker, by the way, that's on the pool. So it's worth checking out. What's Sam Curtis like? Asks Banger. Sam Curtis looks like that. Just shy of Lisa Ianson. I thought it was Lisa Ianson as well. Lama. Looks pretty handy, to be honest. Bit expensive for us, I think. Between 500 grand and 5 million. Just gone to Preston as well. So, yeah, I can't see him getting a loan deal to us, but looks handy. Looks very handy, actually. Very handy indeed. Might be a Chavi son. Casey signed due to passion for the club. Factions forming. Oh, hey. Staying also just strong passion for the club. He's not mentioned me, has he? Hackney's mentioned me. Duffy's mentioned me. Casey's mentioned the club. Mordner loves me though. That's fine. Gilbert loves the talented players. Frankie Maguire loves me though. So there you go. There's a few. Do you know what I mean? There's a few that are happy, and there's a few that are sort of like, oh no. A few players have got my back, and a few are just there on their way out, aren't they? Right. And you know what? I'm going to be the bigger person, and I'm going to offer all these these coaches another chance, right? They can all stay for another season, right? Irrespective of whether they're good enough or not. Okay? We're in this together. We're a unit. Also, as well, if it doesn't work out, then the board are stuck with them all, right? So there. Works as a kind of double backwards. Oh, shit. Right, we might have to change the under-18s fitness coach, apparently. Ian, Mr. Goodyear, welcome in. Of course, saw you at the start of the stream. Don't know where you've been. Unless you've been out and about, gallivanting, possibly. Sorry, I'm a bit itchy nose at this point. Celtic released 12 players. Now, are any of those players the one player that we looked at that we liked? Daniel Kelly, is he the guy that's on a shortlist? Yes, he is. Right. Now, if he comes, this could be a great signing if we get this guy in. Big shout for Dave Goodger, by the way, if we haven't already done so. And we did shout Llama earlier on as well. If you're not following Llama, you need to get on it. Make sure it happens. You know, he streams over on YouTube though, so. But we forgive him for that. Yeah. There you go.
Welcome to FM23,
Shout him out again. There you go. Been here for a while. I thought you were good, Jeff, but then you sort of popped your head up and just like, oh, hello, lads, what's going on here? So, right, if we can get Daniel Kelly in there, then I think that'd be pretty handy in midfield. We did get to hear him. That's a little teaser. He's in the cupboard. If they released, they still haven't released DJ Pedro. Of course they haven't. Border unwilling to request. Oh, look at this. Loads of stuff now they're not happy about. They don't want to be we can't afford a position. We can't afford you to go on a new course. I don't know about that. I think this is just excuses, isn't it? Like, yeah, fine, we're in debt and all, but that's their fault. That's not my fault. You know? We brought loads of money in. And all of a sudden, it's now my fault, apparently, that we haven't got the money. Didn't even give you a chance to put a case forward. Well, they have in the discuss with board option, but I've got a feeling that's just going to cause more problems. So let's just leave it for now. Kelly doesn't want to come on trial, but will he just come for a discussion? He's not fully convinced. Right. Can we add some more midfielders? Yes, mate. You. Basically, you're the guy that we're bringing in. Star player. What can we give him? I think he was on about $5,000 or something at Celtic, so we're probably not going to have enough money on the table for him. 17 grand. Ooh. Bye. No, unfortunately, we do not validate parking. See you later, pal. That's you gone. Yeah. It's been nice meeting you. You know, go away now. Have a lovely time. Have a lovely time. Tom Bloxham's not going to be someone we're going to get in, sadly. I mean, that's like, at what point did he think 17 grand was a good starting offer? He went in with nothing. He was like, right, I'm not going to give you any indication as to what I want. Okay? Frankie Marmalade's got my back. Raggio, you got my back. Appreciate that. It's an A- now from the board. Things are coming down a little bit. Delighted with your strong support and backing from the players. Pleased that we're going to be progressing towards the overall vision. C+ for results and tactics. Supporters, now the supporters are happy. A-, they're like, oh shit, yeah, we won 2 trophies, brilliant. But the squad are satisfied. So many players are in good form. That's a C. And they're satisfied with transfers, so that's a C. But they're happy, very pleased in fact, that the club is working towards the vision for the future. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Let's change the recruitment focus up. Right. We don't need a striker next season. We need a right midfielder as an absolute. And in fact, that's probably got to be the top priority, I think. Strider, hello Tony. Oxford started in League One. Why is the club in the conference? Well, the club was relegated to the conference before I took over Strider. That's why. But I've got them back into the Football League, so I'm not to blame. I'm here to save the club. So I'm the one that's actually making them better. So I'm trying my best, but I'm here now. So before that, we're 9 seasons in. We've been at 5 clubs up until this point. So we're definitely done a few bits and pieces up until now. So Will Jenkins Davies, I keep coming back to him. It's going to cost most of our transfer budget though. I don't know if we've got the money to get him. So students pissed off you don't sell champagne at the club bar. Probably. Bunch of Tories. Probably Daddy's probably on the board as well. Oh, Daddy's on the board. Yeah, and he will be as well. He will be. And it's me that gets it in the neck. Do you know what I mean? Which I don't think is fair. But that's just kind of how it is. Which clubs are you managing this save? I tend to be a 1 club per save manager. Well, so this is not a 1 club per save really, because this one is, the plan is we need to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, so we have to start managing different clubs, just due to geography mainly. And we started unemployed. We started with no badges, no experience. We went to Banbridge in Northern Ireland Division 3 first, then we moved to Portadown in the Northern Irish Championship when we got promoted. Then we went to Dungannon in the Northern Irish Premiership. That wasn't brilliant, so we left there. Then we somehow managed to get Linfield job in the Northern Irish Premiership, won the league there, and then left and came to Oxford in the National League. We just won the league with Oxford. Now we're into League 2, so we're now starting to look towards building from that, and looking now to sort of let's see, right, where are we going to go? What are we going to improve upon? What's the next step? So this is where we currently are. Calvin Malcolm out of contract, high potential, hits free kicks with power is an interesting thing. Fairly inconsistent, not great marking, doesn't fulfill his marking duties, understandable. And the nerfed trial in FM23, I can only. Not really, I think they're definitely down. They definitely look at the clubs now as if it's worth it. Like if they don't think they're gonna sign, then they don't tend to come on trial, I think, these days. So whereas before it was like, you're right, back in the day it was easy, just literally trial everybody and away you were. But I think now, that there is probably linked a little bit, and that's me just guessing, but looking from how often we've done it and how trials have been turned down, I'm thinking it's linked with whether or not they're likely to sign for you. I think I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. Now, Watanabe could be. Would he fancy it? Might be in a position to sign a Japanese centre-half. Tackling of 12. Marking's only of 9. I understand that, but 6'4", 23. Born in Newcastle. Capped at under 23 level. He's been playing at Waterford. Jumping reach of 15. Could be a backup. Someone that we've looked at previously. We need another free agent in there. I think I found my tier 9 Bailey so far. Played 3, scored 9. Take a bow. Bunmi Badaji. Is he a Newcastle fan? I hope not. No, doesn't say. If he is though, we'll get rid of him. He's been at Sunderland all his career, so I hope not. I think we've managed to sort of like take it out of him. Yeah, look, you can't help where you were born, but we can certainly make things better. Am I a Sunderland fan? Yes. I've got rid of any trace of Aston Villa fan that I used to be, and now fully back involved with my hometown club. So I say fully back involved. The second they get in the Premier League, I'll probably be like, I don't want to follow this anymore, and I'll be back out at that point. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Not gonna like you then. I presume you're Newcastle then. I've not got a problem with Newcastle fans. It's Newcastle owners I've got a problem with. And I've spoke so many times on stream about it that I'm getting quite frankly bored of it now. So most Newcastle fans are arch rivals, are literally the richest club in the world. To be fair, Gilden, no, because our owners don't murder people. I'm quite happy with that. I'd rather not have a bunch of owners who organise public hangings. Call me old-fashioned. Do you know what I mean? Money's not everything, really. If it's money or morals, I'll take my morals. Thank you very much. And that's what I'm going to say. That's where I'm out. I've done my bit. So yeah, Owen Burns looks a handy player. Could be a good League One player. Doesn't get stuck in, which is fine. Leading League 2 player now. Could be a League 1 player. Stop being a buzzkill and turn a blind eye to massive human rights violations like everyone else. Sorry, my mistake. What I love is sports washing. It's really cool. Who saw the World Cup? Not me, actually. Because, again, didn't watch it for sports washing reasons. And there we go. Potential Liverpool fan in the chat. I'm more on the side of I want the richest owners possible. Good for you. If you can enjoy it that way, that's great. But not me. Get yourself lovable sports washers like my club. Take 2 sports washers into the shower? Not anymore. Owen Burns wants to be a starter. I'm not a local fan though, so I get the other point of view. Right, so you're a glory hunter as well, then that's fine. That's completely fine if that's what you are. If you're literally there for just winning things, then great. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand how you could enjoy it. It's a different position for a Newcastle fan. I agree with you. I wasn't asked, so I'm just going to have to enjoy the success. You don't have to enjoy the success. You could stand up to it. You stood up to Mike Ashley, who allegedly was a bad owner, who wasn't. Again, I've said so many times, wasn't a bad owner. You stood up and protested against him. You didn't stand up and protest against the Saudis. So you could have stood up against it. There's plenty of clubs in the northeast you can go and follow Newcastle Blue Star. You could have done Gateshead, Blythe Spartans. You know, there is ways of doing it. But I agree. If your thoughts are, you know, if you're just, you know, happy to go along with the ride and see, oh, you know, murdering's bad and that, but oh, you know, now we've got a team that competes. That's your thing, man. If that's how you want to do it, cool. But you know, I've left clubs for less than that. I stopped supporting Villa because they hired Steven Gerrard. You know, they've now got an agreement with a betting sponsor who've got horrific misogynistic tendencies, and they even had a fallout with Norwich. Norwich even backed out of this sponsorship deal a couple of years ago, and then Villa have now agreed a 3-year sponsorship with the deal, despite saying to the fans they would never have a betting sponsor as part of the shirts. 3 months later, they've agreed a 3-year contract with this betting sponsor. So for me, that's just shit. It's like, no, like, be better. Football shouldn't be like that. It's just crap. Like, this is why I love lower league stuff now, like non-league. Like, again, I don't want Sunderland to win the Premiership because it's just a cesspit of horrible, vile, dirty money. Like, I'd rather just have football back, but it's never going to happen, is it? So, you know, just I'll leave it and I'll let it pass me by. Not a problem. Don't enjoy the Premier League. Don't watch the Premier League. It's all nonsense as far as I'm concerned. It's not for me anymore. It's not what I want to watch. So, yeah, away it goes. Laura Rosso, appreciate the follow there. Love my club is sponsored by Boz's Fruit and Veg. Proper football. There we go. 3 Demons, welcome in. Appreciate your follow as well. Goodger, TJ, quick question. Have you considered streaming other games? Yeah, I have considered, to be honest, but what other games I'd stream, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really know. I guess it, I don't know, I've not really got, I don't really fancy playing anything else at the minute. If you've got any suggestions of what might be worth having a look at, then great, but right now, don't know. I've heard the Boz regularly chops the hands off people who steals carrots. Well, there is that. And in public as well. Publicly shames them. Shame. No. Mr. Things, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. He also hates the LGBTQ carrot community as well, so there's that as well. But he does, you know, he does say that everything's better eventually. So he gives you a $5 every time you buy a carrot. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Gildren, definitely too much money in football, but it's my favourite sport to watch, so I'm along for the ride. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Again, like, I'm not going to change your view. If that's where you are, then okay, you know. But yeah, for me personally, that's not what the sport I got into way back in the day. Broadest, proud of my club Norwich for learning from that mistake. See, that's the thing, and that's the betting sponsor. Is it B8 or something that was? Your lot stood firm and went, no, we're not doing it. Villa went, yeah, we'll do it, that's fine. And yeah, I don't like that. But I think that's the thing. Like, some people don't want to, they're happy to detach themselves from sport and morals. Fine, if that's going to do it, fine, no problem. But for me, once I know there's a situation attached to it, I then have to make a judgment. And if I don't agree with it, and I just allow that to happen, then that's me sort of not quite, you know, being true to myself. I can't turn a blind eye to it. I don't, and I can't be like, oh yeah, but you know, you probably watch Formula 1. No, I don't. Formula 1's shit. It's so shit. It's full of rich wankers driving a car and ruining the planet. Nah. And of course, where do they go? Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar. Of course they do. To all the fucking horrible places. You know, so that's the thing. It's always like that. WWE about to get sold to Saudi Arabia. Do you think I'm going to watch WWE after that? No, not a chance in hell. No chance. Ricey, I'm a season ticket holder at Spurs, finding more joy now watching the likes of Dartford, Ebbsfleet and Bromley. Exactly. So much more fun. I've got this guy on the screen. I'm meant to actually have a look at this fella. Jack Griffith, 20 years old, 5'10", possibly a bit of a deep line forward. What do we think? 13 off the ball's decent. Work rate of 5 isn't very good, though. No. I've instantly gone off from Tommy McDermott. We don't know too much about. Owen Burns, we've put a bid in for. Giulio Moroni, Jerry Lewis. It'll still tick around as well into the next month. I'm searching for a star. Search for a star. Da, 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 da. Not yet at the minute, because the answer, as you know, is Matt Doherty. That's the thing. If we are searching for a star, Matt Doherty is the answer to all questions that have ever been asked, ever. Right, yeah, we need to click back through for the next week for this play to come. Blenkinsop. Right. Clip the singing bit. That's the podcast bit. That's the jingle from the podcast that we had to make up on the spot. I didn't have to make up on the spot. I made up on the spot, and I'm not entirely sure that producer Steve wanted me to make it up on the spot, but I did. And then every time we record afterwards, I had to sing it, and he was like, "We just go with it now." I was like, "Yeah." So this guy, Blenkinsop, 6'5", jumping reach of 14. Granted, finishings only of 7. Passings of 3, not bothered at that. Off the ball, 12. Technique, 13. Work rate, 10. Pressing forward on defend, possibly. Dribbling's quite high. Composure's pretty good. Runs with the ball through the centre. Is he an option? Potentially a League One player. Could he be a right winger? Dribbling at 14. Agility's decent. Balance is very good. Acceleration's fine. Could he be a Tory? He could be a Tory. Maybe. Teamwork's not great though, is it? His positioning's not fantastic. Vision's not really brilliant. Strikers who can't finish, he's nice physicals. I'm just thinking, is he like another option? Is he someone that we can get the ball to in the area? Is he going to give us, if we're fighting in the last few minutes? Dagenham and Redbridge want him. They're currently in the National League. Morecambe want him. They've just been relegated. Northampton want him. They're in the National League. Wickham want him. They're in League One. Okay. And York want him. They're in the National League. Scoring record, he hasn't played, so that's interesting. If you're getting him, you might as well keep Bailey. It's definitely, is that definitely better the devil you know? Doesn't get stuck in, poor intelligence, inconsistent, doesn't enjoy big matches. Right, he's gone. Get him cheap, he could be a backup. Could be a backup. I think Blenkinsop and Bailey are different players. Very different. The acceleration's a thing. So the height's a thing. There's that physicality. Strength 13. The finishing's the problem. It's a striker who can't finish. It's the Emil Heskey thing, isn't it? Like, do you want a striker who can't finish? No, you don't. You want a striker who can score goals. Bailey couldn't play on his own. Needed to be in a 2. Is that guy the same? Would he need to be in the 2? Would it be big man, little man, which, let's face it, we all love? Would that be where we're at with it? Possibly. Is that what we're looking for right now? Maybe not. Bailey and Blenkinsop. Oh, we've already hit the button on Bailey. That's the problem. We've literally done We've done a Newcastle owners. We've put him out in the in the town centre. We've got rid of him. Malcolm's coming on a trial. Blenkinsop's coming on a trial. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a little look and take a bit of an eye on him. Calvin Malcolm could be a leading League One player. Blenkinsop could be a leading League Two player. That's not brilliant. Blenkinsop in on trial from Sheffield, from QPR, sorry. So acceleration 15, crossing and dribbling 12, Off the ball, 12. Decision making, 11. Work rate, 10. Hits free kicks with power. Okay. Fairly inconsistent. Doesn't like heading. Apparently, you can't see it there, but apparently potential to be better than Rogie. Blenkinsop there. Doesn't enjoy the big games, that's the thing, isn't it? Could be a leading League 2 winger. So they are looking at more of the winger trait than as a forward. Okay, let's have a think. Let's have a think, because it might be that he is, it might be that he's not. You know. All right, here we go. Chairperson's put some cash in now. 2.5 mil's gone in. All of a sudden they can find cash now, can't they? Now there's like massive people turning on it. Right here, I've brought a big lad in now. What are you saying about that? That cash. Ah, bugger. Sunderland promoted to the Premier League. Right, well, it was nice. We enjoyed our run, but sadly, we no longer support Sunderland in game now either. So there you go. It's a shame. Chevron still hasn't developed his technical abilities. Still, I love how he's just went, right, mentals, fantastic. Physicals, still great. Have you learned any technical skills? Nah, not a thing. Still didn't bother. Didn't bother learning any of it. Slicker. Only a C+, apparently. We'll slowly get a little bit more information about him as well. Chevron names are great. It's superb, superbly. Love it. Love the fact that he just rocked up when we were in Northern Ireland. I see now Mehmet likes the players. He doesn't like me. Okay, we're getting there. So central midfield we might have an attacking midfielder coming in as well. Yam is apparently an option. We've got Chevron, McLean at Overton. He's good. Love an international in non-league. There's something beautiful about it, isn't it? 5th time we've continued. About that, I would say, Dan. We've not done a lot, have we? James McManus. Anticipation, first touch. Off the ball. Reasonable, I guess. Needs to be better at consistency, I think. I just think now we're in June. There's nothing even happens in June. Nothing. This is the bit we have to click continue now, otherwise nothing happens. Owen Burns is going to join. Eddie Beach might struggle at Leeds too, just a heads up. Well, he's already leaving, Dan. He wanted to be first choice. We said no. So he's not going to be the first choice. We are bringing in Tom Westwood from Birmingham, who was the keeper that we looked at. He was going to cost 120 grand on the on compensation, but then Birmingham actually released him before the end of the season. And look at this. He's already suggestion of being a good championship level goalkeeper. So he might be inconsistent, but he's going to be fine, I reckon. He's going to be all right. So we get him for absolutely zero as well. We don't have to pay that 120 grand, which is a bargain. James Farrell Kane, someone we looked at for a winger. 6'4", 21 years old, wanted by Dundee United, okay? Finishing at 15, acceleration at 13, jumping reach at 14, determination, but again, really low work rate. So, not convinced. Ashley Fennick, Colchester. Reasonable, but again, just reasonable, I think. Good flair, good first touch, good balance, good composure, but 22. Is he going to push on much more than that? Attempt overhead kicks. Is that what we need? Eddie Huxley. Nipping off for a bit. Fun stream. See you around. Yeah. No, appreciate you, Jam. It's been an absolute pleasure having you, of course. As always, big shout for Jam, by the way. If you've not already followed him, go and drop him a little follow. But ambitious. We're out. Sorry, Eddie Huxley. It was close. But it's not anymore. Joe and Stanley's gone off to Scunthorpe. That's fine. Don't need him now. Remove him. This is the lad we wanted. Lucas Tawndry. We could play him as a winger, couldn't we? Because that acceleration, that dribbling, that crossing, that flair, vision's reasonable. The only problem is the wages. Not the wages, sorry, the actual transfer itself. Trying to find the money to get it done. 12th in League 2 for shots on target. 23rd overall for shots. 28th in the league for non-penalty taking XG. Like, will to join the club if certain promises are offered. Matches the new objectives, that's what we need. Very poor when it comes to marking. Very one-footed, not worried about that. He's got high potential as well. Content to be fickle. I mean, he'd settle in perfectly, wouldn't he? You know what I mean? Settling perfectly around here. See if there's any budge on whether or not it's a deal we can do or not. I'd like to get him in, as I say. I think that dribbling and that acceleration, crossing, could give us an option out on that right hand side. Move on from players who are being looked at by Eastleigh, I think. Don't need to worry ourselves there. That's the thing as well. We've got to now remember that we're looking for players who are going to settle straight away into League 2. And not just settle in League 2, maybe even be good enough to move up to League 1. You know? Harvey172, appreciate your follow. Very kind. Thank you for that. Should say as well, by the way, if you're in the stream for the first time tonight, come and join the Discord as well. Come and hang out with us over there. And if you've not checked out the Football Manager show, do that as well. It's out every... We've just done that. We've literally just inquired. Just asked again, are you sure he's not for sale? Sure. Like, if you change your mind, let us know. We'll just be over there. We're going to be over there. Just let us know. If you need me, I'll be there. Just, chilling out. Nothing major, no pressure. But I know you said yesterday he wasn't for sale. But how about now? Like, is it any? Have you changed? Have you changed your mind? Maybe. Dylan Strawn, 5'3", Shields lad, acceleration, first touch, dribbling. 5'3". He doesn't match my philosophy of sign big, strong lads. There's nobody new on that list either. Scott Bailey, 24. Leon Frost. Demi Reese Dottin, 6'3". I like the fact that these are the players who sort of we've almost scouted, but then they're going, we don't know. We don't really know, Gaffer. We haven't got enough info on these people yet. Good. What have you been doing then? Nothing really. Right, Strawn doesn't want to come on trial. That's fine. Don't worry. So, right, Westwood's in. Currently valued at up to 300 grand. There's our first choice goalkeeper. So that's the first piece of the puzzle done. Okay, we've bought a goalkeeper. Okay, we have our number one goalkeeper in now. So we're locked in for that. We still need Rogie replaced. We do that extra bit of quality in midfield, which we think we're going to get with Owen Burns. So it could be interesting. Max Taylor. Probably not going to go in for him, are we? Yeah, acceleration 9. Don't think so. Watanabe has gone to Livingston. We probably didn't need him, to be honest. Like, he probably wouldn't have been good enough overall, so we maybe have to think about that, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't want to spend all my budget on Tondry either. I do like him, but we've only got 355 grand. We had 600 grand last year. Can't believe that they've halved our budget. It's not cool, right? Yeah, Gudgy, you were asking about other games, by the way, earlier on. What other games would you be looking at? I think we're thinking about doing some other stuff. I know Jabaroo streams GTA sometimes. I think what I'd have to do is I'd have to consider putting the Xbox up here. Maybe, like, because the thing is we're redoing the house, so we're going to be looking to move the office downstairs. So maybe we put the Xbox in the office downstairs. It's not up here, so maybe if we go down there and we set it up, then that could be a thing. Possibly. We've got the capture cards and stuff all in, so it's like it can be done. We've now got a machine that actually can do it as well, which is handy. So yeah, maybe we'll see if that's a thing. Listen to some latest Dead Men Talk, and it's a belter. Yeah, it's yeah, they're funny lads, those two, aren't they? Three, I suppose, really. Yeah. Producer Tom's funny as well. I haven't. I'll be honest, I've had quite a quiet podcast week this week. I've got I've still got the 2 Have a Word episodes to catch up on. I've got Dead Men to catch up on as well. I listened to FMT. That's the only thing I've listened to this week. Dead Men Talking is Rob Mulholland, Freddie Quinn, Barton. They're 2 comics. People that I've worked with a lot, people I like a lot. I retweet their stuff quite a bit. Speaking of good choices, he's right. He's absolutely right. The United City FM is sat there going, yeah, that's the right thing to watch, to listen. I completely agree. Big shout out, by the way, to the United City FM. If you're in and you haven't already followed him, why have you not done so? Do it. And there's a shout, of course, for FMT as well. 3 Demons getting late in Denmark. See you. No, pleasure to have you in, 3 Demons. Thank you very much for being here. And yeah, do come and join us again. We usually stream in the UK. We stream 9 o'clock in the evening to about midnight-ish. Muesli, appreciate the follow. That's very kind. We're all very good, thanks, United City. Kev, hope you're well as well. How's post-COVID treating you? Because I know you were Mrs. United City wasn't very well. Are you getting a bit of the tail end of that as well? You're still a bit not yourself, are you? But yeah, I hope you start getting a bit better, mate. Definitely need to rest up that voice as well. Especially since you've got promoted and won things. You've actually won things in the Ukraine. We're also successful, Kev. We won 2 trophies last night. Yeah, we won the National League and we won the FA Trophy, so took us a while, but here we are. We won stuff. Been a bit rough, got a COVID light, as I call it. We're improving. Big congratulations on the trophies. Thank you very much. Big congratulations for you, more importantly, in your Homeward Bound challenge. If you've not watched it, by the way, if you're available to watch streams during the day, United City FM, cracking save on the go at the minute. It's called the Homeward Bound Challenge. So he starts in the Ukraine, and the plan is he's got to win that league within 3 years, and then he can move forwards to come back towards the UK. Now, the issue, of course, is if you don't win it in 3 years, got to move sideways, so that becomes a little bit more tricky to get back to. And Kev's a bit like myself, to be honest. And let's just say he didn't do it the easy way. So he's off to Romania. And Monday will be a great time to watch that stream. So go and have a watch of it. See, give him some support, give him some love. And yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it, genuinely. It's going to be great. Hello, Murph, my man. Yes, my hooch brother. How are you, buddy? I know you're upset. Murph, that we've sort of like not necessarily like the hooch brothers, and they're not over, right? It's not over. I'm just taking a little bit of time away from alcohol at the minute, but I don't know where me and Hooch are going to go. A little hiatus, yeah. I don't know what the situation's going to be like, but for now, you know, we're not quite there yet. Like, it's a maybe. You know, I'm still on the wagon at the minute. There's a possibility as well, and I think we've mentioned this in the Discord actually. There's a possibility we're trying to do a little bit of maybe even a birthday meetup. So if you're about, Murph, back end of February, we're considering going to York City versus Yeovil. So if you fancy that, come up and have a non-alcoholic hooch at the ground. We'll do that. So that's an option. Rarely drink now anyway, so I'll save up when we hang out next. And hooch isn't really alcohol, is it, when you think about it? Really, in the grand scheme of things. Not so much. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to convince myself at that point, but yeah. I don't know. It's bizarre. Oh, you're off to see Dudley. Nice. Well, to be honest, yeah, this is all birthday streams. So, are you reaching partnership numbers in 2023? It looks like you've been crushing it. You know what, Kev? This is I had that conversation today. To be honest, Corey, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. That's very, very kind. You need 20 of them to feel anything. Exactly. See, that's the thing. That's why we're in this situation where hooch, and it's fruit as well based, so it's not really alcohol. Kev, I had this conversation today with Jebru and with Mozza. The last 3 nights, and I'm going to count tonight as well because the numbers have been fantastic tonight. The last 3 nights, we've averaged over 100, which is crazy, right? Like, before this, Monday night and Wednesday, so Monday night we averaged 55, 60 I think it was. Now, partner numbers, we still need to nudge that up a little bit, yeah? But the last 3 nights, we had a big raid on Wednesday. We had Lelujo raid us in, which was fantastic. It was like 400 people rocked up or something. We retained a reasonable amount. Yesterday, My Turn Racing rocked up. He got us a tail end of a Zealand raid, so some of the people from there stayed with him, came over here, they stayed with us. Tonight, we've had no raids. We've just been present, and there's just loads of people here. It's been mint. It's been really cool. So we're going to average about 100 tonight, I think. I'd be amazed if it dips below 90, and if it does, then that's still huge. Can't be sat there going, oh God, I can't believe we're only on 90 followers. That's ridiculous. Dylan PFC, appreciate your follow. Thank you so much. The followers numbers are just going up through the roof. Once we went through 3K, follower numbers are really active. They're like sort of chugging up nicely. Subs have gone crazy. We're up to a decent number now. Like I said at the start of the stream, just as a joke, do you reckon we can hit 100? Because we're only 16 away from 100 at this point, and I'd never considered that as a thing either. So that's really interesting. The save has just got people's attention. People are invested in it. And I just think we're all having fun. It's one of those things where, because I'm not whinging about the game and saying it's shit, I think people are just having a nice time coming and just hanging out going, oh, look at this. There's a fella there just having some fun with this Football Manager thing. Isn't it weird? I'm like, yeah, it is weird. It's good. We're doing all right. Serbia have joined the European Union as well, by the way, so we can celebrate that. And Montenegro, and Albania, and Bosnia and Herzegovina, and North Macedonia. So there. Barton gifting in. Barton, that wasn't a little hint, by the way, to gift out subs, but thank you very, very much indeed. Incredibly kind. gifting out a sub, like the Moon's got one there, so they'll thank you. I'm sure they will when they either turn up next or whether they're in the chat or not. We don't know. And there's, of course, the mad scientist giving it the big arms as well to celebrate. Absolutely Fabregas, not seen you in ages. Welcome back. I need to redo some emotes as well, to be honest. I need to redo the arms, get them done. Fat Nige with a gift as well. Bless you, Fat Nige. Very kind indeed. Chunky Drewster's picked one up there. I need to redo the emotes, and then I maybe need to look at this whole different tiered, tiered subs thing. I don't know. We'll work it out. We're getting by as we get by, right? Monoret, it's fun. It's like you're fine with us backseat, and I don't do other games with management ones. I can't help it. I'm all right. Like there'll be a point when I'm like, nah, we don't need any more of this. Like you're getting a bit much. But we're all invested here, to be honest. So I say we win as a team, and I lose individually. That's how I always advertise at Monoret. So that feels fine for me. That works. And Dylan, so the save works this way. British Steel Challenge. Aim is to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. 35 trophies and all. This is what we've got so far. This is what we've won, right? We're about to start season 9 right now. So we've won 7 trophies in 8 seasons. That's not bad, really, when you think about it. Started unemployed, no experience, no badges. And then we started in Northern Ireland, went to Banbridge, then Portadown, then Dungannon, then Linfield. Anything that's in green is what we've won. Anything in yellow is what we're competing for this season. So we won the National League and the FA Trophy last year, which means we're in League 2 now. So we can compete for League 2, 4 promotion spots in League 2. Let's think about that. Let's put that in our minds right now. The FA Cup, unlikely we're going to win it. The Carabao League Cup, unlikely we're going to win it. The Papa John's Pizza Cup. That's my cup right there. That's my cup. Like, I want the Papa John's. Give me the Papa John's. And yes, so we also do eat a lot of cheesecakes and desserts here. That's also helped the numbers, I think. Oh, let's go and watch a man get diabetes. That's what people want. Give the people what they want, isn't it? Oh, how's Tony's stream going? Yeah, Black Forest Gatto. Any idea on the save? No idea. Didn't pay any attention. But he had a sugar crash. It's great. Mrs. J's out on a hen do this weekend as well, by the way. Matt played in with 3 gifts. Matt, thank you. Very, very kind. Very kind indeed. Thank you for that. Musey gets one. Northeast Patriots gets one. Jimmy the bus driver gets one. Oh, what's still left on the desserts list? So, Black Forest Gatto that Mrs. J wanted. The banoffee pie that Leclosian had suggested. And that's it so far, because we ate the cheesecake the other day. 15,000 channel points does get you a dessert. Well done, Dan, for promoting that. Love it. 15,000 points for dessert, 40,000 for your name in the game. So it's interesting, isn't it? Raggio pings out. Fucking Raggio, 5 gifted from Raggio. Thank you very much, buddy. Yanis Star picks one up. Fabregas picks one. Aliad picks up. Rami, Owen Robinson. You beautiful, beautiful people. And then United City pings in with a dessert. Right, what dessert are we having? Give us a dessert, United City. FC cannoli. Is it a save or a dessert, or is it both? Could be both, Dan. Could be both. Monty Kramer, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Thank you for that. Banoffee pie is good. Is God tier. Absolutely. Absolute God tier, to be honest. And you know what? I'm happy to put a second banoffee pie in there. So banoffee pie for Kev. And honestly, how are we 6 subs from 100? I don't get that. Barton, appreciate the bits. That's very, very kind indeed. 6 subs. We're 6 subs away from 100. Fucking hell. This week's stream has been madness. I have loved it. Thank you so much to everybody. You're all fucking amazing. A lot of you. Seriously. The support is... yeah, it's great. Genuinely. Like, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. 2 years we've been doing this. And, yeah, we just seem to have found a rhythm. I think we've all found each other at the right time. And it just seems to be working. And, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So, thank you. Fabregas gifts out to United City. Bless you, Fabregas, you wonderful person. Like the Moon's chucked, what that's? Have you chucked 6 out? Daz has picked up. Chaz Dan, regular guys picked up. Serious Cheers, Roy Boy, Andrew the Rambler, Jamie Mark Harden. Have we hit the 100? Fuck. Have we hit 100 subs? Fucking hell. Oh, honestly. Wow. Thank you. Fucking hell. Seriously. Thank you, all of you. You just, yeah, we've hit the hundreds. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's awesome. That's genuinely awesome. And it keeps going. Kev, stop it. 5 more gifts from Kevs. PJ Burridge, Freedom, Kosobob, Nilsson, Jacob. Desserts all over the place. We're going to get desserts. We'll get desserts and shirts. We'll have to spend it somehow. Like, as I say, it all goes back into making the stream better. It all goes back into everything that we need, like bits of kit, just stuff, pays for the fucking electricity bill. Mrs. J's on a hen do? How's she sat there watching this shite? But I appreciate that, Mrs. J. That's Kev Carps has picked one up there. Oh, what an evening. Get the hooch in. I've got cans of hooch in. This is the problem. I went off the booze. Mrs. J has just gone, oh, there's a couple of cans of hooch in the fridge. I'm like, why have we got tins of hooch? Just got back to the room. What's happening? Right, Mrs. J, what's happened? We've done barely anything on the stream tonight, right? We've had 3. Matt Blade with more gifts. 2 more gifts from Matt. Thank you. Gav Mesh has got one. Benzino's got one. The electricity bill might get paid at this point. You need 0 to pay the electricity bill. So what's happened, Mrs. J, is we've had our transfer stream. We've clicked continue about 6 times, I think, overall. I'm almost forgetting that we're even playing this game, to be honest. We've just chilled out tonight. It's been really great, really lovely. We've had a cracking conversation. We've not had raids. We're averaging over 100 viewers. I don't know how this is happening. This last 3 days, has been absolute batshit. In terms of the number of people that are in the stream and the number of people that are staying and the number of people that are getting involved, following. And then I said at the start, okay, don't know if you saw the message highlighted. I thought it was already choosing a dessert you already had. If you already have a banoffee pie in the works, I'm happy to change my request. Kev, entirely up to you, right? I'm happy to eat 2 banoffee pies. That's up to you. If you want to change it, you can change it. Your call, right? I said at the start of the stream tonight, past the Dutch, I think you've joined at the right time. I think you have, mate. Everyone's just chucking gifted subs here, there and everywhere. We broke the 100 because I said stupid at the time. As we started the stream, I was like, we had 81 subs, right? And I was like, oh, you know what? I wonder if we could break 100. I said it tongue-in-cheek because we don't, like, I feel bad. I never ever ask for those sorts of things, right? Anything that happens is brilliant. I always say do it through Prime because it doesn't cost anything, right? But I just joked. The people who were subbing during tonight, and we got to a point where it's just like, oh, we're not that far away now. And then people just started just putting their hands in their pockets and sharing and, you know, passing things around. And I was just like, this is great. This is really, really great. We've cracked 100 subs. We're now on to like 110, which is just crazy. It's crazy. Genuinely, I appreciate that support level is there, genuinely. And if you are sub, by the way, remember, link it to your Discord, because if you link it to Discord, there's a Discord channel in there that you can then get some little secret stuffs in there, and we can chat away behind everyone else's back. You can find out about new plans and things like that. So do make sure you do that, because you need to get something for your money, right? And I'm always aware, and I'm always conscious, like, if people sub, I'm like, what am I giving you for that money? What am I giving you for that investment? And I hope that the stream has improved that you understand that there's some investment there, that it is getting spent wisely, and the content's getting better, and I'm getting better, and we're all getting better. So that's where we're at. So like I say, genuinely, I love you all. Thank you so much. It's been great. Genuinely, this has been a hell of a stream. We've literally done nothing, and we've had a great time, and I've fucking loved it. Absolutely loved it. Hype train, Captain Deck. We've had a bit of a mad 20 minutes where everyone just decided to start chucking gifted subs around. So the hype train's out. We popped over 100 subs, so everyone's gone all over that. So it's just been great. It's been really fun, and we've had a cracking time. So yeah, it's just been mint. Just been really mint. Like, just loved it. And it's got to a point when we almost walked out on Oxford at one point. We're just like, I think our chairman's fucking us over right now. And I don't think, it was really bizarre. We thought it was going to be fine, and now it's not. And here we are an hour later being like, yeah, this is all right. This is lovely. This is just what it's all about, isn't it? You know, stream itself an investment, £4, we get 36 hours of entertainment. Like, Barton, you clocked it. That's great. But as I say, if you're in the chat and you can't afford it, do not worry. This is only if you can afford these things, right? Do not put yourself out if you can't. Please do not do that, right? Very, 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 very least thing to do, just hit that follow button. That's all you do. Hit the follow button, and then just come and hang out for however long you can on an evening, and join the Discord and listen to the podcast. That's what we need to do. That's the bare minimum that anyone can do. And it would be incredibly grateful for people who do that. Anything else is, I put that into above and beyond territory, right? So thank you so much to everyone. Give us 9 hours a week of entertainment, says Nige. Thank you very much. Just joined the Discord. Didn't realise there was such a thing yet. Yeah. If you link Discord to Twitch, then if you're subbed, you get into the secret private channel, and you can sort of like find out about new projects we've got on the go, and then it'll be like merch discounts. We will get the merch sorted again. We'll start pumping that out. That'll be good fun. 33 couldn't happen to better stream. Well deserved. Thank you very much indeed. That's very nice, Bart. And funny thing is, I've gifted subs but never bought one myself. Hey, you know what? That's the thing, isn't it? We've got a podcast. We have got a podcast, Kev. But you know what? I've shouted yours out. There's yours again. There's yours and Jeb Bruce. Go and listen to that as well. Football Manager Therapy. Definitely go and enjoy it. It's great fun. It's great. The board started dissing you, so we got upset. Yeah, I think it was literally that, because we were all having a lovely time until that point, and then we all went, are the board being dicks? I think they are. And yeah, we all collectively turned, didn't we? We're like, we've got Jameson's back, actually. Yeah, we've got Jameson's back. Don't you worry about that. And at that point, we all became tighter as a unit, as a community. And I think that's where we're at. Right? We've all very much put our hands in the air and went, right, this is where we are. You know, we're TJFM. You piss him off, you piss all of us off, right? So let's see. Unable to record this weekend, unfortunately. We should be back the week after and might possibly have a surprise to share. Surprise, you say? Interesting. In that case, definitely make sure you follow Football Manager Therapy before you, so you're aware of it when it happens. Hazardous X25, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very, very kind to have you here. Do appreciate the follows there. Vanarama top the national sponsorship table. We're bringing money in, and they're still just chopping it off us. No more transfer budget. No money for what do you call them? Coaching badges. I think there's money laundering going on here, possibly. Oxford stature remains intact, so it hasn't changed, and that's what they're annoyed at. So we've gone from, being a non-league side to being a non-league side who won not only the league, 101 points, 10 points clear, and we won the FA trophy. They've just went, yeah, but it's about the same, isn't it? That's not my fault. I can't do anything about that, can I? I can only try. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, until it isn't. So let's get rid of McDonald there. He's not going to be here much longer. Casey isn't going to be in the midfield there. So we'll take him out. That's absolute robbery. It is a bit, isn't it? It is, but that's how they're going to play it. Let them play it that way. I'm not here for games. I'm here for wins. You know, that's what I'm looking at. Victories. Will Dixon. I don't think we'll get Will Dixon at all, will we? No, doesn't look like it. Maybe in the future we might be able to, but not right now. All manners. Can't get him. Ben Nolan is going to be up there or thereabouts. Blenkinsop's getting into my thinking, you know. Blenkinsop's getting into my thinking. Where is he? Back down here again, is he? Dan FM, one club champ. Oh, yeah, is he still on, is he? We could do that again. Yeah, we rated him the other day. He seems pretty cool. We like him. So we'll drop on and say hello to him, actually. That's a good idea. Have we got any weekend plans? Not especially, Kev. Like I say, Mrs. J is out on a hen weekend, so I'm flying solo with the boys at the minute. Matt Blade off to bed. Have a good night, mate. No, thank you. Thank you so much for those gifted subs. Very, very kind indeed. Genuinely, I appreciate it so much. Like, you don't know, right? But yeah, we'll be back maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. Maybe we'll do Sunday. But yeah, definitely Monday when we get back. Was it you who rated Fletch? Yes, I did actually. Yeah, I rated Fletch. He's quite a nice guy as well. Actually, we like him. So and again, that's part of what we do last night. So like, well, at the end of our streams, we look for someone we've not either someone we've not seen before or someone we think that is interesting. We always look for an interesting save. We never go for, oh, someone's doing Man United or someone's doing Barcelona. So yourself there, Captain, you were, and I'm going to say you were second choice because Salty B, who's in the chat last night, great streamer again as well, he suggested that we go and raid Dill. Now, we'd already raided Dill the night before, so I said we can't do Dill again, but we can have a look for someone else. Your name was already on my screen anyway, and then Salty was like, how about Captain? I was just like, yes, let's do that. So that's why we sent over 100 into you last night. So we do kind of look around for someone who's got something interesting going on, and yeah, that's why we picked yourself. So who are we doing tonight? So we're going for one club champ. One club champ's a good guy as well, so we'll ping into him. That's what she said. And yeah, that's not. It's not about being lucky, mate. It's just about we're looking around for nice things. Like, you know, our chat are very into interesting stories and interesting saves. So I think if there's something else that's there that we might all like, then why not all jump in together, you know? And it's about, we always say, and I think this is maybe the thing from comedy, like whenever we go to like the Edinburgh Fringe Festival and stuff, I always say this: you're gonna go to the Fringe, or you're going to go see comedy, or you're going to see anything you know. There's the thing that you know you like, right? Same as streaming. Like, you'll log on, you'll know the big people who stream, so you'll go there first, okay? But I always say that the best way to find things, and the best level of enjoyment you can get, is to take a chance on something, okay? Take a chance on something that you've never seen before. Take a chance on someone that you don't know. Take a chance on someone that you've never come across, because you never know. Like, that might end up being your favourite thing. Like, you might end up seeing your favourite comedian that way. You might end up finding your favourite streamer that way. You might end up watching your favourite film that way, your favourite TV show that way. Just take a chance on some stuff. And then, yeah, you might find something that's maybe not for you, and you go, actually, you know what, no, I tried it, not for me, really. Like, they don't fit my style. But you might find someone that's perfect for you. And that's how you build a community. That's how you build everything together, you know? You just go in there, take a chance. What's the worst that can happen? Right, it's not for you, you turn it off. You go and find someone else, or you go and do something else. Not a problem, but at least have a look at it, you know? So that's our ethos, that's our method behind it, that's our theory, our thinking. You know, there's a guy on at the minute who, was on, I think he's actually finished now. I'm going to put him in the chat because I think he has actually finished. Actually, still going. He's been going for 5 hours, right? This guy here, and I'm intrigued simply by his stream title. Okay, a guy called BMC Wow. His stream title is right up our street, by the way. So if we weren't going to go and raid One Club Champ, can you be an ethical football fan in 2023? Oh, that ticks all of our boxes. That ticks all of our boxes. I'm just, you know what? If you hadn't have said One Club Champ, Dan, then we'd be going there. So keep your eyes, drop a follow on this fella as well. He's been on for 5 hours as well. So I don't know if he's going to be on for much longer, to be honest. But keep your eyes peeled for it. One Club Champ was chatting to on the raid last night. He used to live in the same area years ago. Small world. It is a small world. It is. That's exactly what it's about. I'm going to break off ever so slightly because this needs addressing right now. We're having a lovely time talking about what a wonderful place the community is. Excuse me. Excuse me. Board request meeting to discuss club improvements. The board would like to hold a meeting in order to discuss potentially expanding the viable wage budget. Okay, that's fine. So I have to get myself all angry. It's like, what now? What now? Would you like more money for coaches? Yes. Sorry, I thought something had happened there. I have to delete it from the Discord. Get myself wound up. I was like, all these A's, and you wanting a meeting? Now what? What about? Right, Papa John's at least reach the knockout stages. Be competitive in the Carabao Cup. Be competitive in the FA Cup. Top half finish in League Two. You're obviously very intimidating. I am. I'm an angry man. They've obviously found out about the jiu-jitsu, haven't they? Coaches. They found the money for the coaches' wage increase. They haven't found the money for me yet to go and get my own coaching badges. But hey, it's fine. Don't worry. We can work around that. Get some more coaches in. Why not? We'll do that, shall we? We'll do that. Let's see. A few bits and bobs that we need to do. Just some chances. I'm playing a tactic I would never consider, and it's working. 2-3-2-3. Interesting, that Cardinal Chunder. Send us that to have a look at in the Discord. That sounds good. And now, look at this. And now, club objectives have passed. Grow the club's reputation. They're taking the piss. They're absolutely taking the piss, aren't they? This lot. They're having a laugh. I don't know. Hello, Yeron. Welcome in, pal. Pleasure to see you. Hope you're well. And we've done it 2 years ahead of schedule. Absolute weapons. Must be the season turnover. Yeah, 100%. If only they'd just waited, they would have seen that things would be improving. But no, they were too quick to judge. So they're the ones that stirred this animosity up, not the other way around. They've got blood on their hands. Yeah. Hearts have accepted a friendly. Oh, that's good. As part of the deal for Rogie. So that's good. Oxford have some clauses triggered. Fine. Have you tried a 3-4-3? Maybe not this season, Jordan. Maybe not. But certainly not against it, to be honest. How have you found it? Have you found it working, or has it been something that you think needs a bit of tweaking? So let's have a quick look. The Carabao Cup draw is going to be done shortly. Check the finances now. The players have got promotion rises. We're still in. I mean, they've pumped some money in over the summer, so we're still £1 million in. We will lose money, of course. By the end of the season, we're going to have to get we're going to end up having to sell players. We know we are. We're still way under the wage budget, so we haven't gone in to try and buy the ex-Premier League players who are about to be released from their contracts shortly. Scoring goals for fun. Is it a download tactic, Jordan, or is it one you've made yourself? Just out of curiosity, of course. They're currently fine in terms of everything's 78,000. We're currently paying 39. Great. Did you sign all the extensions you wanted? Yeah, everyone's in, everyone's locked down. I think there's only one, the under 18s fitness coach, I think it is the one player that I need to try and have a look at. The one staff, sorry, that I need to have a look at, who didn't quite get a contract because he kicked off. Under 18s, where's their staff? Under 18 staff. Fitness coach, this guy, wasn't it? Luke Taylor. Is he the only one that didn't get the contract? 31, no he did. 31. Stupid Flinders. Egerton. Honoresi. Actually, maybe. Yeah, no, everyone seemed to get sorted. Englefield. What was it? Sports Science 31. Hayes 31. Costello 31. Yeah, no, everyone's sorted. Everyone's sorted. Hello, Alice. Welcome in. Nice to see you. First time chatting in. Love it. Bit of gegenpress and then made it yourself. Good. That's the correct answer. We could do with a better goalkeeping coach. Yes. Good point. Very good point, actually. Let's look at that. Delegate the staff to hire some of them to 23 staff. Yeah, goalkeeping coach, definitely. Right. Problem is, we probably can't put a... Actually, let's see if we can actually get another one. If you're going to give us some more money, then let's see if we can do that. Yeah. Do you have any tips on how to get better at making my own tactics? I'm just using the presets. What I would give you, Elias, the best piece of advice I would give you, trial and error. Have a save, start a save where you just try loads of stuff out. Yeah, doesn't have to be a save that you continue with. Just get used to trying different bits. There you go. We can get a new member of staff in. Excellent. Try loads of variations out and just see what you can get. You know, that's the only way you learn. Yeah, I would recommend that purely. Just have a go. Look at some videos for sort of new tactics and stuff. Look at them. Don't just sort of go straight for, all right, download the tactic and then stick it straight in, because tactics that are for download are always for a specific team, a specific group of players, and you're not going to know on how you're going to change those tactics in a match, or because you're not looking at a certain thing, right? So I would do that in terms of like, sort of, right, what can I do? How can I make things better? So look, put some adverts out, because if we can get maybe someone who's better at fitness than Robbie Fowler's still there, but yeah, definitely just trial and error. Start with a 4-4-2 and then start mixing it around a little bit. How to go about picking backroom staff with Newcastle? If you're struggling with Newcastle, you're not going to do well at the game. Like, you can have whoever you want, basically. That's what you do. Like, I don't know how you give any advice in that situation. Chris Shaw could do the fitness thing. Actually, we said we were going to go in for Bernie, didn't we? For French Bertie. Where's Bertie? Here he is. Is Bertie going to come to us? Oh, he's not bothered, no. He's just got a new deal. Where you go in and draft more unlimited world player pool, 25-man squad, start simming it out. Yeah. Best way to do it. Get some of the 21 staff in. What advice of not downloading someone else's tactic as to when you need to tweak it, you don't know what to do, and you made me think of Gerrard without Beale. 100%. 100%. That's the thing, it's like, it's not, because if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, then how are you going to know, you know? That's the problem, and you don't want to be stuck in that situation. Right, let's get this cup draw done. All these contracts are going to expire on the 30th. We'll go at the 1st of July. Pre-season officially begins, and then we'll look and we'll see if we're gonna stream tomorrow night. We might do, depends upon what kind of day I have with the kids tomorrow. If we don't, maybe Sunday, but again, Mrs. J's back Sunday, so maybe Mrs. J might have some time on Sunday, so we'll probably stream Monday. Keep your eye out on the Discord and on Twitter tomorrow for whether or not we stream tomorrow night. Leighton Orient in the Carabao Cup. Pete Holloway is now the under-18s manager. Fine, okay. Just nudge through for this next little bit. Blenkinsop's try. I'm going to take a punt on Blenkinsop, okay? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But fringe player, 800 quid. 800 quid's peanuts. Yeah. I'm going to take a chance on him. Tweak your tactics to suit your players. Currently have an off-centre shadow striker because it lets the player get off his long shots effectively. It wasn't my intention, but it's working. 100%. 100%. And don't look at the stars. Don't look at the stars. When you look at the tactics screen, don't look at the stars, because that doesn't necessarily mean those players are going to be perfect in those positions. It also doesn't mean those players can't play in those positions. Yeah? So you need to look at that. Look beyond the stars. Sounds incredibly dramatic, doesn't it? 800 quid, you're right, Fat Nigel. I think for 800 quid, we've got ourselves a half-decent player there, to be honest. So I'm happy with that. Very, very happy. You know. Sam Long, he's out of contract still. He's thinking about it. Right, let's think about ourselves then as a collective team. Tomorrow night, maybe, or Monday, we go hell for leather. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight. This has been great. Thank you so much for everyone who's followed. So much for all the subs. Genuinely, like, you don't know how much that means. It's been absolutely awesome. Just to hang out with everyone, have a cracking evening, just chatting away. It's been a pleasure. So go and give some love to One Club Champ. Maybe come back and see us tomorrow night. If you don't, have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. All right, all the best. Take care, everyone. Good night. Bye now.
OMG. Okay. Tony Jameson is in the house. Now, let me just tell you about what you have just come into. Okay? Everybody. We are